Smith, the Adamant. That's a very key location in entrance and floor shuffle, especially when you throw the towns into the mix. And also, what I found, it's Elfland. Elfland and its level 3 and 4 magic spells become even more important in the hunt, in trying to find those key items so you can progress, to get the loot and get the mystic key and then light the orbs. And so finding Elfland for me has become a real key factor in progressing forward in this game, even more than before.
It's interesting. It's like how, finding the floater was such a big deal before because it gives you the airship, and believe me, it still is in entrance shuffle. Actually finding particular towns like Elfland for its magic and its 2 sets of magic shops and its gear there, or finding Provoca so that you can defeat Bicky, or finding Crescent Lake so you can get a free item from the Canoe Sage. There are so many small victories now. Even just finding a town can be exciting. And keeping track with where all these things are and how to get back to them is kind of the soul of Floor Shuffle, and hopefully we're underway pretty soon here. I think there's obviously some difficulties holding this up, but hopefully they can be resolved just about any second now.
Nitz, what you just said was finding Melmond can be exciting. We have made Melmond proud as well as the Finn.
We also tint the towns to help you remember where they are. So if a town, say, ends up at the volcano entrance, that town will be tinted red. The woods will turn red, like the beauty of fall color, and that'll try to help you trick your brain and let you remember where it is if you got to get back there.
It looks like we're about to get going here in just a moment.
I saw a question in chat, or I guess an observation. They're so glad that we're finally starting to do some dev runs. Now, as one of the developers on the game and working with these playtesters like Will and Rainbow and Brilliant, it's a lot of fun for us too. It's a little nerve-wracking, but I think everybody understands what we're doing here, and we're just trying to have some fun and give people a taste of what's coming up.
Rainbow Poogle, right off the bat, Rainbow Poogle goes directly to Canaria Castle. That's the Dwarf Cave. Savvy veteran move from Poogle getting that information.
You know what Corneria is, so maybe you get some extra money, maybe you get an item you don't need to buy, so checking the entrance first is clever. Alright, I see level 1 life in the White Mage shop. We've got a Fear Nunchuck, I think. So we've got shuffled magic spell items. Houses, cabins, and heals, and pures and softs. It's a good item shop. You got everything you could ask for there. The prices are okay.
It looks like both the weapons and armor shop has nothing juicy. We're not seeing any fade sticks here, Nuke. No nuke sticks, no nuke helmets. It looks like an opal helmet. And was that a Fear hammer?
Yeah, so we've shuffled the magic items, and that means that any casting item can have just about any spell that you can use in battle attached to it, including single target spells. So Cure 4 weapon or armor is possible. The name of the item is changed simply to be the name of the spell it casts. So you might not be able to tell immediately which original item it was, but what's more important is what item it is now.
That's correct. We've had in playtesting the Stop Hammer. And actually that spell, the Stop spell, is actually a spell of time to attack your opponent. And so, yes, it is the Stop Hammer time.
Oh dear. Oh dear. So, Temple of Fiends, which normally has a grayscale palette, enters into Onrak. So we see that Onrak has been sort of tinted grayscale as though the town is in the midst of winter.
Onrak, not the most valuable of locations, especially being that close to Canaria, but here you're going to have the Oxyale to move on to something. We don't know what it is. Could be a dead end like a Cardia Island, could be everything. Could be Lich. We just don't know at this point. You're going to have the Oxyale to get through there, so our runners will definitely take note of that.
Yeah, you can't get past over the Oxyale. Now we're going to head over to the Dwarf Cave. We have open progression turned on, so we can travel and walk left to the Dwarf Cave. It's Provoca. And that's going to be a point of progression because we simply need some progression item out of here. So I'm going to guess Bicky's going to give us something important once we defeat his roving band of pirates. Oh, we've got exit at level 2 white magic. That is so helpful in Floor Shuffle.
Yes, white magic in level 2, also learnable. Anyone can learn it. Whether if you brought a red mage, a knight can learn it if he gets promoted as well. So this is a pretty big find here. But once again, our towns, they're kind of together. So our players are going to have to plan for that in the future.
So curiously, we said we turned on allow unsafe pirates. That means these pirates could have nuke. And we're like, oh, that's not going to be a big deal. What are the chances we even find Provoca? Well, here they are. Let's see if these pirates are dangerous or not.
Sun Sword, Ice Sword, and the Wear Sword in the Provoca weapon shop. A little expensive, 15,000.
Alright, Brilliant takes care of its pirates. We're gonna expect to see something like the ship, which will appear in Corneria, the bridge, or the canoe. In fact, it just about has to be one of those things. And there's the ship.
Minochi right on Brilliant's tail. He's going to go ahead and he's going to take out his pirates with Ice 3. I think Ice 3 is going to get a lot of work out here early, Nits, and it might throughout the game, really.
Yeah, it's one of the best black magic spells, of course. It does very high base damage, second only to nuke on the black magic side of things. And yeah, we're going to wear it out tonight, I think.
The armor shop in Provoca has flame armor for $4,400. That could benefit the Black Knight early. It also had the Aegis Shield for sale. Again, that could benefit Black Knight. He is the only one here with the Fighter Knight class in his party.
So, in the production version of the game, if you find the ship in the Dwarf Cave, it will spawn in the nearest dock. But in the alpha version, we haven't sorted all that out yet. So no matter where you find the ship, it's going to appear in Corneria's dock, because we know you can get there, and that saves the mayhem of trying to place it correctly. So Brilliant sets sail, and he's going to go south and check a couple more entrances here, Elfland and Elfland Castle. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, 2 more entrances if you go south. There's other options. There's the original Provoca, and there's also Matoya's Cave. Brilliant's opting to double up his chances here and heads to, looks like both dungeons, Nets, Elfland and Elfland Castle.
It does indeed. So Elfland is given a new pink tint to help identify it, and Elfland Castle typically a sage green. But these floors that he's got to are actually share their memory in-game with other floors. They're both minor floors that share their map with another piece of in-game map, so they don't get to be tinted the color you expect. So that is extremely confusing, and it's an unfortunate limitation. But so far, Brilliant hasn't even gotten down to anything else. Now, we've got a Sea Shrine floor here. This is a Sharknado floor, I believe. And it is packed with treasures. So let's see if we can get out of here with his life. It's a very difficult floor.
Brilliant's going to try to dip in, get some treasures, get out and save, more than likely. Something to sell. Something like we talked about, the Fade Stick, the Boom Stick, something like that. He's also going to check out what's beyond this. Is it Elfland Castle, where you need the herb eventually and can use the Mystic Key? He's going to try to find out that information. And he goes to Sky Castle.
Yes, that's Sky 2. It's pretty loosey-goosey with the chests. You have to do a lot of walking to get the chests out of this place, but there are several of them. The Gurmeduses,
Key fight here for Brilliant. He wants these 4 green Medusas. He's going to get major levels if he can take them down. And the most important thing is, can he get back out of here?
Yeah, he's got to walk all the way back through the Sharknado room to get out with those levels, but he just gained 2 on every character. That's
right. He might have exit on that red... I think that's a red mage that he's got.
So Minochi takes his ship the other way, heads to Matoya's Cave, and it's Gaia. So we've got towns for days, but all the higher level ones that don't seem to have the low level spells. He finds Cure 4 and 3 at level 7, so we might not see those for a while.
Question from Don in chat about unrunnable formations being shuffled. Absolutely they are. Enemy surprise bonus, which is the chance to strike first for the enemies, is... Enemy formations frequency is shuffled, status attacks, skills, spells, everything. We've thrown everything at the wall here, and we're gonna go ahead and play it out and have some fun with it.
Yeah, if this game was a puzzle, we took it apart and just put the puzzle back in correctly, so nothing lines up. Everything gets shuffled.
Was that a Cure 4? What? Cure 4 gauntlets we've got? It's a big item, Nets.
That's lovely. Those must be taking place at the Zeus Gauntlet. Cure 4 is a cool one because it's single target, and if you figure out how to make use of that, you need sort of a lot of HP in the first place to be able to soak hits and take advantage of it, because you can't use it out of battle. You got to pull it off in battle. So we'll see. It's a tactical item, and I hope it serves them well.
Brilliant didn't like his chances down in Elfland and Elfland Castle. He's going to move on. He's going to check out Matoya's Cave and potentially Provoca as well. But he's going to keep that in the back of his mind. He's going to try to get some levels in there.
Yeah, he's going to find, of course, Gaia there, and we'll check the item shops because there's a vendor item out for sale somewhere. He's going to check the weapon and armor shops because with the random weapons and armor, you can find anything. There's some good finds.
Pugel's going to make her way to Matoya's Cave. She's going to find Gaia. She's going to check that out. Looks like Minochi, is he the first one to head to the original Provoca area? Yes, he is, and he's found the Titan's Tunnel. Titan's Tunnel West is found by Minochi over in the original Provoca. He's going to backtrack and get out of there and make a note.
There was a question from chat that I missed. Can you reiterate it? It got by me before I saw it. I'd be happy to answer it. What was that, Split Punch?
Brilliant does not like Elfland and Elfland Castle. He's going to do some more exploring. He's going to head toward Northwest Castle and the Marsh Cave. He's looking for something. Northwest Castle is the play right now. For Brilliant, he ends up in first floor of Earth Cave. This could be diveable for Brilliant. He might check those first 5 chests.
Yeah, he's got cabins to do some save scumming if he finds what he wants and wants to, or he can just reset out.
Black Knight's holding his own, Nits. He's taking on the pirates. He's going to get his ship, and he's going to be able to explore pretty soon.
Rainbow Poogle checks out the item shop in Gaia. She sees tents so cheap they're practically free, and she's going to pick up a few of those.
Temper Sticks. Here we go. We found a really useful item. They aren't too expensive. Looks like it's around 4,000 gold. And there's the Cure 4 Gauntlet. Those are not expensive either. 3,600 gold. You can see Poogle right now. She's slowing down. She's writing this down, taking a big note of it with a highlighter and stars right next to her cookies that she baked tonight.
Yeah, the question from chat is actually being answered in chat. Changing tile sets is harder because they use different indexes to mean different things. So not only, you could arbitrarily say, well, this floor is that floor and this wall is that wall, but it doesn't quite line up and you can't truly do it. The other problem is that they have special events on them, like certain NPC behaviors and certain other things like that that don't exist on all tile sets, so it makes changing those much harder than just the palettes.
Minochi wants this fight badly with the Gray Shark and the Big Eye. He's not going to make it, though. He goes ahead and he perishes. He's going to rethink his strategy and dive right back in for the same fight. He's going to keep taking this fight for this experience right here until he takes him down.
Brilliant wipes to poison, possibly on the scums, when he got to the bottom floor of this dungeon, which is, in fact, the upper part of the second floor of Marsh. So it's the room with 3 rooms and 4 chests, but he's going to try and get back down there.
So it looks like we've seen the end of one of our dungeons that has been shuffled, entrance and floors. Northwest Castle starts out. Yes, it does. Okay, this is going to be the last floor of the Northwest Castle entrance here. Brilliant's going to clean it out, mark it off his tracker. He's going to go ahead and click cleared on that, move on. He'll probably go down the Marsh Cave. We'll get to take a look at that.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to come back there. There's a dead end and no progression, no locked doors, no nothing. Clear this one out.
Coming up sometime soon. You know when you enter the Sea Shrine, you can go right to the Mermaids or left to Kraken? Nits?
I remember those days.
We call those forks. Those forks are going to lead different places. You could go right and end up in Elfland. You could go left, Elfland Castle. You could go left, go through 6 floors and end up at Matoya's Cave. The forks play a big role here.
You could go left, go through 6 floors, and then end up on the first floor of Marsh, which is another fork. One of those could lead to this guy like Sarda. So Rainbow has found Sarda, and so has Mochi. They're pretty much holding hands as they go visit him. They're going to get the canoe, and the canoe is a big deal. The canoe opens up the rest of the entrances on the initial part of the map here. So now we know the next progression could be anywhere you can get by canoe. That includes the Ice Cave entrance, the Volcano entrance, and the Crescent Lake entrance. We have no idea what's in any of those places, but somewhere the floater may have to be, or the canal.
Canaria Castle has been found by Brilliant. It's the old Marsh Cave. He's going to head directly to the king, and he's going to get an incentivized item. It's the floater. Okay, pieces are starting to come together here, Nits.
Rainbow's got the canoe, Brilliant's got the floater. They need to exchange information. They're not gonna, because that's not how things work around here. But once they find both, then you're going to take to the skies.
That's right. Brilliant's going to take big note of this one again in Marsh Cave, the original Marsh Cave. Once he finds the Temple of Fiends, it could be anywhere. It could be locked in Mirage Tower. We don't know. He's going to take out Garland. He's got to come back here to Canaria Castle to talk to Sarah to get her incentivized item.
Yep. And with anybody handing out anything, you know, there's really no guarantees. She could give you the herb, you could take it to the prince, he could give you the crystal, you take it to Matoya, and then she could give you a mass one. Like, any ridiculous sequence of events is possible.
So we've got 2 entrances that we've discovered dungeon-wise are dead ends. Elfland Castle leads to Sarda's Cave and the canoe. And Northwest Castle dead ends at the top of Marsh with some looting along the way.
And the king in the Marsh Cave hands out the floater, and Sarda hands out the canoe. Just to recap, those are the key pieces of progression that everyone needs to find both of, and soon.
Poogle has found Matoya and a sun sword. She can't use it. She doesn't have the fighter. Or does she have the red mage?
It's the best red mage sword, and she's got one, so I can see her popping that in. Or if she thinks she's going to go all magic all the time, she could liquidate it. She might be checking right now to make sure that's going to work.
So we've got the dead end for Elfland. That's Matoya's cave. We're going to have to go back there more than likely if we find that crystal. Who knows where that is? Could be in a chest. Could be... the prince could give you that. We just don't know at this point.
Could be the incentivized item locked in the bottom of Marsh Cave.
Very well could be. The incentivized bomb of the Marsh Cave. All the wackiness that we promised you. It's coming up on this show, folks. Stay tuned.
This is a good one to throw over to chat. What is going to be the incentivized item locked in the bottom of Marsh Cave? Alright, so Google has had enough of Elfland and Elfland Castle. She's going to head back and check some of the other entrances she hasn't been to yet. Now that she's got the canoe, yeah.
Minochi somehow got to Mirage Tower.
It appears to be sage green, which indicates to me, yes, Elfland Castle.
Okay, so that's on the way to Sarda's Cave. Had he continued, he would have hit Sarda's Cave.
He's going to duck out and pick up some supplies.
I guess Sarda kind of really moved into a cave, Nets. He left his oceanside property.
He's got like a nice spot though, surrounded by woods.
You think he likes the woods? I think he likes the woods.
He's old. He's probably likes walks in the woods.
He's a little bit older. He's always got something for the Light Warriors though.
he's just helping a brother out, you know. And it's more than woods.
Who is going to be the first person to put together the canoe and the floater to raise the airship?
It's insidious, because if you find the canoe, you anticipate the floater being somewhere that you needed the canoe to get to. But that's not actually the case. Both were available just with the ship. So that's a bit of a MacGuffin, and it'll take these runners a bit to disentangle that and find it, I think.
That's right, and if you don't check that marsh cave, the original marsh cave leading to Canaria Castle, and you jump into that canoe and you start heading east, ooh, it's going to be a little bit of a rougher ride.
It may be. There could be a really deep dungeon there that you're desperately hoping has the floater and it's not going to happen. Or there could be a bunch of really short dead ends. So, for everyone's sake, I hope we get something like that that helps guide everybody down to finding both items.
Minochi diving back into that sea shrine. I think he's looking to get some levels here. Did he pick up I think a temper stick, a couple other things as well? She's got the Sun Sword for the Red Mage. Probably the best attack power right now of our 4 featured runners.
Yeah, Brilliant has the luxury of finding the floater first, which I think is nice, because now he's still looking for the canoe in a smaller section of the world map. So that's a little advantage, and if he just continues a little further, he's got it. So Brilliant is going to be off to the races now. He's found his floater. Found his canoe here. He's already got the floater. The world is going to be his oyster, which is a big world when you have no idea where anything is.
That's right. And fans, do you remember all those islands and Cardia Islands? A lot of them that you don't see? We're going to see a lot more of them now. There's a big cluster of entrances right there. And yes, they are shuffled. And those ones that are empty, they got shuffled somewhere else. So we could see potentially one of our runners dive in 12, 13, 10, who knows, floors deep, and end up in one of the dead-end Cardia Islands.
It's a real tragedy. It happens almost every run, but it's just as tragic. So Brilliant now has the confidence to clear this out here. He's feeling pretty good about his chances. He doesn't want to come back and going to mark that one off on his tracker. So after he gets the floater, he can just sort of meticulously map the world and decide what he wants to tackle next.
In the Final Fantasy game, that's warp and exit, so important always. They're even more important here in Entrance Shuffle. Seeing that exit pop up at level 2 and getting it early, a big sigh of relief, I think, for all of our players.
Yeah, it's a true godsend. If you go down like a 7-floor dungeon, sometimes barely escaping with your life, just desperate to see what the next floor is, and you get to the bottom and it's some sort of dead end, having exit allowing you to get out with all your experience, all your levels, all your gear is such a relief compared to trying to have to claw your way back out or resetting out and losing everything. So yeah.
Right. The caravan option here could be a potential vendor item, considering we've seen a lot already of a couple of towns. So hopefully our runners number 1 don't forget that. But the caravan is not shuffled. The caravan is the caravan. It's the oasis in the desert. So you can go there. It's not like you have to go into essentially one of these dungeons and every step you take wonder, is this the caravan? Is this the caravan? Is this the caravan? The caravan's going to be right where it is. It is not shuffled.
Yeah, it's got some pretty funky code that I haven't disentangled to add it into the item shuffle yet. Or pardon me, the entrance shuffle yet. So it's really just a matter of convenience and personal laziness on my part. Or possibly Tardipan's part, but I don't want to blame him.
Don't let Nits __ fool you, fans. He is awesome. He works tirelessly on this game, and he's implemented so many of these features and make them happen, and make the bugs that I might find brilliant finds. Google finds, he fixes them. So go ahead and get out there and give Nits a follow.
In my defense, I create all of the bugs before I fix them, and I am only one man and a small part of the dev team. It's a huge team in their like passion and effort. It's about 4 or 5 people, and they love this game so much that we talk about it like constantly all day, and it's really fun to be able to get dirty and show the raw alpha builds out on a stage like this. So I'm having a lot of fun tonight.
Brilliant has found a ribbon. He decides to I think he forego. Did he get the airship?
He hasn't gone for it yet. He's still in the Elfland area, I believe.
Right. I think he's looking to get some treasure here, and exactly what he just got. He's looking for eyes. He definitely wants to get a couple levels, but he probably wants to clear this off his list. Probably just this whole area, so he never has to come back to here. So he's going to go in and find out what's going on.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to do too much grinding early. Like, enough, of course. But with the progressive scaling of levels and gold, the more items you can find, the floater, the cube, the chime, the this, the that, like, rhyme them all off. Each one of those gives you a 10% bonus. So every time you find 7 of them, you've basically doubled where you were from before. So he wants to fill his war chest before he spends his time grinding.
Question in the chat from Trolley. Does Final Fantasy I crash if you add magic to a class that's not supposed to have them when the game first starts? It does not. You can have a knight with Fade, Life 2, and Exit on your Light Warrior. It is, there's permissions, there's different flag sets, there's different options, but that is an absolute possibility. The game doesn't crash. The only issue that the game really had with crashing, my understanding was the soft lock in Castle of Deals, and that has been fixed. This game has been modernized. It's given us conveniences, the dash, the buy 10 option, and that's from the work from Meridian BC and Troper, Tardipan, and the gentleman to my left here in the commentary booth, Nits, _.
I thought I was on your right.
I was looking in the mirror again.
Alright, so Poogle's got to Crescent Lake. She finds the lava floor, but it's actually sort of a water floor now. Crescent Lake being a lake, we gave it a blue palette. You know, there's a little bit of method to this madness. Poogle's got her airship.
Rainbow Poogle is the first one to the airship, making her move directly to Crescent Lake. She's going to check that out.
Yeah, you just want to sort of hop from one entrance to the next, build a map. There's no reason to prioritize any one place over any other. Just step through it. And it looks like she's found the Northwest Castle. But she doesn't have the crown. Or no, this is Northwest Castle. She doesn't have the crown or the Mystic Key, so no business here.
Good move right here for Poogle. She's writing it down. You can see her pausing. Would just be if she saved outside, resetting, and there she goes. Savvy veteran move from Poogle. Get out of there. You got the information. You'll go back there when you have the crown. Here's a fork, Nits. Here we go. Which Poogle went to the volcano, I believe it was. Now there's two ways you can go, right? North and south. And as you can see her pausing again. She's making her notes. She's like, okay, I'm gonna go north first. Let's see where this leads. A lot of different options here. Again, if she finds a dead end or something like that, she can quickly reset, jump back in, find where the bottom goes.
Yeah, the forks are what get you, because sometimes you'll pick a fork with the best intentions of going the other way. Oh no, that was the ice cave. No wonder the grayscale. Okay. Volcano is Crescent Lake, and so she's going to presumably go talk to Canoe Sage and see what's up.
Is that ice? Is that Crescent Lake in the original ice cave?
No, Volcano enters into Crescent Lake. The ice cave entered into that fork. We just had them backwards. Brilliant also in Volcano Crescent Lake. The Dark Hammer for like $12,000. I don't think he's too interested in that. Temper at level 6. Worthy of consideration, but won't see it for a while. Question from chat, is that a Harm 4 helmet? Yeah, it is. And it's a nice helmet. Very effective against undead. It's better than those light axes and only used to cast Harm 2. So the Canoe Sage has the Ruby.
I don't know if Brilliant has been to Provoca at this point.
Yeah, it's entirely possible he hasn't.
Yeah, so the Titan has been moved in the map edits. That Ruby it's not necessarily required, but it is required if you want those 4 chests in the shuffled Titan's Trove. We've got a surprise coming for you guys later on, a little bit later on, when one of our Forerunners finds a certain Fiend, because we've added a new feature that's coming. I won't want to spoil anything, I'm not even going to give any clues, but I can tell you this, it involves a Fiend, and it's going to be awesome.
And Poogle finds the Titan's Tunnel. She's just got the ruby, so boom, hit that up. Picks up an Aegis Shield, which she's not going to be able to use, and a bunch of trash, unfortunately. Black Knight might be happy to find that Aegis Shield, but I think they were also for sale. She's also going to stick her head out the other side of Titan's Tunnel and see where that comes out. She's got the airship, so it's not like, ooh, maybe she won't. That's an ugly wipe there. Oh,
Marsh.
Brilliant's going to mark this one down on his tracker, March B3. Now, we know that the key-locked chest is incentivized, but he ain't got no mystic key, so he's going to have to come back for that if he wants it.
See the pause on his screen? See the notes that he's taken, Nets? He knows he's going to have to come back here.
You can practically see the smoke curling out of his ears and the cogs in his head turning.
No, Mango, question in chat about are the Fiends just zombie things? No. It's actually a much better surprise that most of our runners know is coming, but I don't think the audience knows is coming. It's an option that we're working on here in Alpha. Is that Ordeals?
That is a dead-end cardio room. Brilliant's going to mark that one off, decide to reset back.
We have found Ordeals. We discussed this earlier in the pre-show. Ordeals is an intact dungeon. It is in Titan's Tunnel East. Google's going to jump over to Titan's Tunnel West, and she finds a dungeon. She's going to skip the link chests here because she knows she got them already back in the original Northwest Castle.
And now we find the Bare Bones Sea Shrine B2 floor, or possibly B4 now, I can't remember, but it has no chest and it's just a long, skinny, vertical room. But it again shares its map with another floor, so it is not going to be correctly tinted. Whenever there's multiple maps on the same floor, we give the tinting priority to the largest one. So little tiny floors and narrow ones are often incorrectly tinted, and that's just sort of the reality of how it works.
Brilliant has gone north. He is at the Cardia Islands with the top and bottom entrances. It looks like the bottom one is a dungeon, and the top one is the other Titans. Oh, wait, no. He went through the Titans Trove. Nets.
Yeah, he popped out the other side to see where it was. It was Cardia. He hit up the other one. That just saves him the time of flying around. Now he knows he doesn't have to do those. So it was too close for him to pass it up.
We found a cube block from Poogle. Again, she pauses. Does she have the cube? Did she get the cube from the Sage?
I don't think so. She got the ruby from the Sage, so she's maybe just going to try and grind a level here off the blue D, but she's going to reset out instead. So,
Castle Ordeals, like we said, is intact. Castle Ordeals is incentivized.
And
is that Elfland?
That's Elfland inside the dwarf or pardon me, the Earth Cave. So it's, you know, tinted that orange hue. Beautiful pumpkin and Elfland.
I think this is good for Poogle. I think she made a good move going this way. Brilliant, of course. He's going back to Gaia.
Yeah, I think he's just doing a little bit of stocking up here. So we've been focusing mostly on the left side, Brilliant and Poogle, and that's of course because with the canoe and the floater, they've made by far the most progression to this point. I don't want to take anything away from Minochi and Black Knight, but we've already seen sort of everything they're doing. Black Knight now does have his canoe though, so hopefully he'll be able to make a bit of a catch up here. And in Elfland, we've got Harm, pardon me, and Fade at level 3, or level 4 white, and Lit 3 at level 4 black. So some pretty good magic in Elfland.
The waterfall. The original Melmond is the waterfall. That's got an incentivized location. Brilliant stops and thinks about it, but he's going to go ahead and move on. Nochi's going to rearrange his inventory. And Nochi's definitely got some levels, that's for sure. He's been taking this time to go ahead and stock up his light warrior party, the 2 red mages.
And Brilliant's doing a good job scooting through waterfall here. The reduced encounter rate does really help out. Melman's been given a nice fiery palette to call its own. Of course, the towns don't have their own palettes. They all use the same town color, green, blue, and gray, and it just didn't work tinting all the dungeons the same colors for all the town entrances, so we had to get creative. So Melman gets the desert background because it's leveled by the vampire, and a fiery palette to go with.
Life 2 in level 3 in Elfland. Pretty important spell, Mitz.
Yeah, that's a beaut, and we've got a lot of white mages.
We're entering the 30-minute mark here. What we have not seen are any fiends. We got a couple key items. We got the floater in the canoe. We've had the ruby. We found a few key areas: Canary Castle, Northwest Castle, Matoya's, and Sarda's Cave. We've also found the Dwarf Cave. And
we found the tail. Of course, we have no idea the whereabouts of the Dragon King himself, Bahamut, so... And the Dragon Armor, too. And the loot, which is one of those things that's easy to forget. So the waterfall is a big score for Brilliant. He's not going to need that loot for a while, but it is going to come in handy when he finally does go to Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Waterfall paying off for Brilliant, diving in there for the old Melmond. Yeah, uses exit, gets out of there, and moves on to the Earth Cave, and he's going to be pretty happy when he finds Elfland.
Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff to stock up on here, and he's got a lot of cash, so this is just the kind of thing he needed. An inn to save the game, some new magic spells, check out the items, stock up, and he's got lots of money burning a hole in his pocket.
Temper sticks, Cure 4 gauntlets. There's some things that we haven't seen yet. There's a lot of different options. Minochi's stocked up pretty well on that stuff already.
And Brack at level 3 is going to come in handy against Tiamat and others. Exfer at level 3 may have to come in handy if we need it. And Life 2, as you pointed out before, and it's red mage learnable in the 3rd slot.
If Brilliant could, he would buy Exfer in bulk. That's...
You can get Exfer in bulk if you find it on a caster item.
ETAP pointing out in chat about that Life 2 in Elfland. Red mages can learn it.
Yeah, right on. Third spot's a beauty, and there's red mages abound because they're generally versatile. You can't go wrong, and when you get Life 2 on your red mage, you're very happy. There's the vendor item, Oxyale in Elfland, and in fact, we've seen Onrak already, so that's another destination. There's the Exfer shirt. There's all the Exfers you could possibly ask, and Brilliant picks one up just like you said he would.
Oh, he went right to it. He's gonna buy. He's selling the Dragon Armor. Dragon Armor was max price nets. He's pretty set for money right now. Temper sticks, Exfer shirts, Brack helmets. Who knows what else is coming? But I think he likes this setup.
If you're curious if it's the Exfer white shirt or the Exfer black shirt, and is there any way to tell? Yeah, the actual shirt icon is either in the 1st slot and then there's a space after it, or there's a space and then the shirt icon. And I believe that had the shirt icon in the last spot, which I believe means it is the black shirt, equipable by a black wizard.
The original Sarda's Cave is the cube block. They're gonna make note of that as well. They might have to go back there and find out what else is deeper in that dungeon.
Poogle now finishing off the volcano, gonna find that hoard of amazing stuff. So the tail generally, something you're happy to find because you're gonna do a class change, pretty soon. With 2 black belts, do you delay this promotion? We haven't talked any strategy all night, so here's the first one.
Yeah, I would think so. Minochi has had most of his black belts in the dirt. But with 2 black belts, you're going to need that power. You're going to need that attack power. I would think that you have to delay it.
Yeah,
Make note of Bahamut, but check it out later. Unless there's some sort of nuke or something in a very important slot that, if promoted from the Red Mage to the Red Wizard, that one of our players wants.
Poogle finds the first floor of Bahamut's cave, and it's a bit of a tease because it doesn't lead to Bahamut, it leads to the up and down split Cardia floor. There's 3 Cardia treasure floors. There's the up and down one, there's the left and right one, and then there's the wraparound one. So she found the up room, down room split.
A few of the places we have not seen yet. Lefin, you just talked about it, and it's Bahamut. Melmond, Elflin Castle, the most important place, more than likely, Temple of Fiends.
Yeah, Temple of Fiends is double sneaky because you got to get in there to rescue Sarah because she may have something you need, and then you have to go back to actually clear the game. Now, in the event that Sarah's item is not required and the runners have already defeated all of the Fiends, at the moment that you defeat Garland and talk to Sarah, you're no longer warped back to Corneria. And the reason is because Corneria isn't where Corneria normally is. So being warped to that castle may softlock you if it strands you from your airship. So instead of doing that, talking to Sarah, she just disappears back to the castle and you're left standing there all by yourself in Temple of Fiends. And at that point, if you want, you can carry right on and continue to beat it. So that's a departure from the regular game as well.
Melmond has been located by Poogle. It's in the north-south grassy area of Cardia Islands. She's going to check the magic shops, and we'll see if the weapons and armor shop is hiding something. We got Nuke. There it is.
And fast and warp. That's a good level 5.
And warp. That's right.
It's packed. And saber. Holy smoke. So there's choices to make for the red mages there, and we didn't even see. I didn't even see what they had in the white magic. On the other side, there was katanas. Nothing special besides that. And we got the armor shop up there. One of the fun things about random weapons and armor is that every shop becomes an interesting experience. You could find just about anything. Anything not incentivized, I should correct myself. So since we have an incentivized Masamune, for example, that won't be available for sale anywhere.
It looks like a Minochi stream. Maybe frozen at this point in time. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that. We'll see what it is that we can do. We can tell by his timer not moving. Google's going to head into the marshy area. It looks like she's going to take a dive in. She's going to go at the ice cave and its incentivized item.
Yeah, so question from chat. Topher yet? Have we used it unshuffled? Or so Topher as a whole, including the first floor of the Temple of Fiends, is intact. But where it is intact is shuffled. So it could be at the bottom of 5 floors, and then finally you enter into the Temple of Fiends at the quote-unquote bottom and find Garland, and then from there on, the rest of it will be intact.
Great fight for Brilliant here. He's going to attempt to take down these vampires and get a lot of experience, but they're whacking at him, Nits.
Oh boy, are they ever. So his first black belt's already down, and here comes the Harm 4. So that will take care of many of them, and hopefully he can squeeze this one out. Vampires are an experienced trove. He's got the Cure 4 gauntlet to use too.
Black Knight hanging in there. He's going to head toward Northwest Castle. He's going to go ahead and he's going to find a dead end at the top of marsh there, but he's going to go ahead and try to get some treasures. Hopefully he heads south after this to, or even right now, potentially to the Marsh Cave, and he is. All right, Black Knight. He's going to go to the king. He's going to pick up his float.
What does an incentivized item mean? Asks Sincide82. Incentivized items are an arbitrary construct that Entroper originally created with Final Fantasy Randomizer to encourage people to check the Ordeals Castle and the Ice Cave, because when you randomize Final Fantasy, there's all of a sudden no guarantee that any of those treasure chests or locations had any value, unlike the Fiend dungeons, which always had a Fiend you had to kill. So he selected a smattering of items, the adamant, the Masamoon sword, a ribbon, and he said these would be incentivized items, and you will definitely get one of them in the final chest of Castle Ordeals and the final chest of the Ice Cave that traditionally held the floater. But this concept has had to be expanded with NPC Shuffle to include all of the NPC items because they're all important. And then with Floor Shuffle, we have added like some more locations, but we've kept roughly that concept intact. So an incentivized item is any one of the plot items that an NPC would give you, plus any that you pick in the randomizer, like the Masamoon or the Opal Bracelet. And an incentivized location is an NPC or a selected treasure box that is guaranteed to give you one item from that pool.
Tyrannex, I missed it. Black Knight went to the original Marsh Cave, found Canaria Castle, but did he talk to the king? Did he get his floater? Chat? We talked about this a little bit earlier. Black Knight, it's only his second game playing this, but he's jumping in, he's taking this head on, which we really appreciate, and I certainly admire personally, but I think he might have, I think the inexperience is showing a little bit. He might have missed talking to the king, getting that floater. I'm not sure, though.
Well, cross our fingers that he didn't. For most of the runners now that are starting to pile on the items, Chad is right, the experience boost is really starting to kick in. Brilliant has found Lich, so he's about to light an orb here. He can pull this one off. His black belts are doing some reasonable damage. Lich has got some fire too, some AoE, and he doesn't really have a super tough as nails party to withstand it, so hopefully he can put something together and get this done before it gets ugly.
Minochi's back on stream. He went to the original Ice Cave. That's where the fork was, Nits. The Marsh Cave. If you went to the north, you got the bottom of Marsh, and it's a key-locked area. If you went south, it looks like it was a dead end, one of the Cardia Islands. But I'm not sure what might have been in between.
Pugel's now on the Agama Flora volcano. It has plenty of chests in it as well. But she catches the trap tile with the Grey W's. And Brilliant lights an orb, so from Titan's West, he gets past the initial barrier and gets the first orb lit.
Right around the 40-minute mark, we've got our first orb lit by Brilliant. It was Lich. So Titan's Tunnel West is done. He's going to go ahead and cross that off his tracker.
Titan's Tunnel East entrance is Ordeals, and it's incentivized, so he's going to try and make this happen as well. Ordeals also has some pretty good experience gaining possibility as well.
Would you say Brilliant's opened up a little bit of a lead?
It certainly looks that way, but Pugel has gone a different route, and she has many of the same number of, total quest items and so on. So it's still pretty close here.
And we'll have to take a look at Minochi. We'll have to look at his item screen. We lost a little bit of time with him there, so we're not sure exactly where he is or what he has. We know that he's ran into a pack of ghosts, and the ghosts are giving it to him. Ooh. Down goes Minochi.
That's ugly. Yeah, those ghosts were hit seriously, and he couldn't withstand it. Brilliant runs into the trap tile Nightmare at the top of Ordeals. You can't avoid it, this one, so he's gonna try and run and or brack the Nightmare. His
bracking a Nightmare. I don't know about that one.
No, I'm not sure. XXXX isn't gonna do it either. I think he's gonna have to beat it up, and his black belts are still not high enough level that makes this easy. A few more levels and all of a sudden this game gets a lot easier for him, but he's not there yet.
We're going to make short work of the Pillar Shuffle in Castle Ordeals. He's going to get his chest. We're going to find out another incentivized item. And he's got the loot already. He got that from the Robot and Waterfall. If this happens to be the Mystic Key, that vaults Brilliant way ahead. I would certainly think so. Those are the two required items for the Temple of Fiends Revisited, and it's going to give him a whole lot of chest bits. It's the slab. The slab has been found in Castle Ordeals. Now,
Yeah, we've been to Melmont, so we can go find Dr. Rude, but we don't know where Lefane is, so the trail goes cold there.
Right, and that was Brilliant, who had gone north and checked. No, I don't think so. It was Pugel that went north. I don't know.
That's right. Yeah, Pugel went north and found Melmond amidst the Cardi Isles. I remember it had a disgusting teal tint to it, like some kind of ugly, disgusting marsh, which is actually better than the normal Melmond, so, there's that. Brilliant also has his Oxy Ale, so time for him to poke his head in here. I think he has the Oxy Ale, and see what's behind the sub-engineer.
We know we've definitely seen the Oxy Ale. I would think that that's why he's going this way.
Oh, Minochi finds the second floor of Earth. He's going to nope out of that. Check Sarda's entrance. Sarda's entrance is Q-blocked, so he's going to move on from there. He's at the investigation stage. Rainbow's running a bit of trouble. She's got a couple dead against this Agama here.
Bugel's struggling with the Agama a little bit. Takes the Agama down, moves up to level 14.
Brilliant says no to that fight. Gets through Volcano B3, gets to Volcano B2, which is where the armory is, and all resplendent with chests. So he'll be poking his head through here and cleaning it up.
I think he made the right call going there. I think he got a little bit lucky, and I think this might be a situation if the rich get richer a little bit here for our comparison for our 4 featured runners.
Yeah, maybe. That Ice 3 came at the right time. He took a bit of a beating there, but he should have some Life 2 charges, so he should be able to bounce back from this.
So hidden behind the Oxial Block and On-Rack, which is located at the Temple of Fiends early in the game, is the armory from the volcano.
There's an ice sword that he can't use. Oh no, he has red mages. He can put that to use if he wants.
One thing, a couple areas we have not seen yet. Castle Ordeals. The locked Mirage Tower, you need the chime to get in there. Gaia, Leafin, Waterfall, and On-Rack, all those original locations. We've only seen, one Fiend so far, Nits? That was Lich. The players that seen him went ahead and took him out. I gotta think that there's at least one Fiend hidden somewhere in there.
Oh, Minochi fighting that Blue D to the death, and it's in fact to his death. It's so tempting for him. I can see him thinking about it because that entrance goes right to the Blue D trap tile. If he could just get some levels here, it would really make things easier, he's thinking. But he's having trouble doing it because this Blue D is not going down easy. Question from chat, is Black Knight way behind? Yes, he is. Black Knight is new to the game. He was our dark horse coming into this. It's possible he wasn't aware that he could get the NPC item from the king in Castle Corneria, and he needs that floater real bad, so that's put him pretty far behind at this point.
He's also getting stoned. They're hitting him with Brack. Bones with Brack, not the greatest party time. You want to go ahead and stay away from that. Minochi going after the Blue Dragon again. I think this is going to be a spot because it's close to the exit.
Yeah, that Blue Dragon, to answer that question from chat, is actually a trap tile on that floor of Mirage Tower. So the third floor of Mirage, right before the Cube Warp up to the Sky Palace. Now, of course, the Cube Warp here is going to take you any old place, not necessarily Sky Palace at all. But that Blue D, you can keep fighting over and over and over again just by walking back and forth to that tile.
I've got to think that Minochi's got the Cure 4 glove, the Cure 4 gauntlet, and he could potentially use a strategy of preemptively using that for his non-main damage dealer if he wants to do this 2-man party. Could be an option for him.
Boy, that was close. He escapes with 10 HP, gains another level.
We gotta
finds the chime in No Man's Land in Volcano Armory. So the nice thing about it being in the Volcano Armory is that virtually everybody that makes it to this floor will find it, so it shouldn't be a thorn in other people's paws. The other thing is that, this is another floor with a lot of chests.
Ooh, jackpot.
If he's got charges of warp, he can really efficiently clear this out, so let's see how he gets through here.
Black Knight's hanging in there. He's gonna keep fighting. He's gonna use his canoe. He's gonna go ahead and he's gonna head east on that, and he's gonna continue exploring.
Ideally, he'll have a flash of insight and go, wait a minute, the king. But I'm not sure if that's gonna happen or not. Let's just kind of cross our fingers that it does. Oh, 3 Whiz Vampires is an experience bundle all packaged together in some nice, easy-to-kill undead. The bad news is they do a lot of damage.
What was the vendor item next? It was for sale in Elfland?
I believe it was Oxyale for about $13,000.
That was how... Okay. That's what Poogle's going for. Okay. Looks like Minochi's stream is frozen again. His timer's down at this point in time. He came back fairly quick. We'll go ahead and we'll work on that and see if we can get him back up here. Brilliant, making it look fairly easy. He's using the Cure 4 Gauntlet. Very good. Takes out the 3 Wizard Vampires.
Takes out the 3 Whiz Vamps and emerges from the battle with more HP than he started with because, you know, sometimes that's how it goes.
Passes on the 4 mana core fight. It looks like, oh, 2 more Wizard Vampires. Haunting Brilliant here.
Another battle of Whiz Vamps, another experience boost. Brilliant, just seeming to get just what he needs here.
Temple of Fiends, Elfland Castle, Bahamut. That's what we're looking for.
Down on his knees right before he busts out the Cure 4 Gauntlet. He's getting a lot of use out of that, and the timing seems to be working his way. Another alpha feature that I believe is actually available in the production site now that I mention it, but is not turned on in the tournament, is that we have a more fair turn order randomization. Brilliant finds the bottle because he just needed another favor. And improved turn order randomization is something that was worked on by a couple of members before Entroper really solved it. And now, every turn, all the enemies and allies have a very close to fair, not perfect, but much fairer chance of going in order and going first or going last, what have you. In the original game, the RNG heavily biases towards the enemies going first every turn, and it can be really frustrating. So just to make things a little bit easier and a little bit more random and fun, that's a feature that we've turned on tonight too.
Rainbow Poogle finds Kraken. It's the first entrance in Gaia. First floor, she's gonna go after Kraken, her buddy.
Brilliant, continuing right along on this giant dungeon. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it finally ends with the mermaid, so he's gonna clear that out. Finds another Harm 4 helmet. You can never seem to have too many of those. He'll discard some useless cloths to make room for it.
And he keeps the mermaids. Yep. How did Brilliant get here, Nets? Where is he? I don't even know where he is. Is it Mirage? No, he's still digging. He's about 6 floors deep. He's been at this for a while. I don't even know where he started.
I believe he's in the...
Yeah.
Yes, Temple of Fiends, which was on rack, which after the Oxy Ale allowed him to enter this dungeon. Because it's grayscale, it had to be Temple of Fiends or Ice Cave. And it wasn't the Ice Cave, so process of elimination.
Thank you, Nits. Nits to the save. Thank you very much. And he's using the color, guys. He knows where he is.
The system works. It works.
And this will be the dead end of the Oxyale block. Pretty rich Oxyale. Spending 13,000 gold picking up, what do you get, the bottle?
The bottle and the chime? From the volcano floors? Oh yeah, this thing was a good investment.
A heal staff. He picked up his beloved rune sword.
And he'll exit out. I don't know if he's going to liquidate some of his vendor trash, or if he's going to go turn in the bottle, see what he gets from the ferry.
Black Knight has canoed his way all the way to the original volcano. He's found Crescent Lake. He's going to check the stages for a progression item.
Turns out that returning the bottle and turning in the ferry are easy because Matoya's cave, next cave over, is Gaia. So that's just...
Gaia.
Sometimes when you're lucky, you're good. Sometimes when you're good, you're lucky. And everything seems to be going Brilliant's way right now. Rainbow, on the other hand...
Google is firing Exfer at Kraken. She's going to try to strip him of his defenses.
Now, Brilliant receives the Adamant, but by no means is that going to be the Excalibur, so he's probably going to find Dwarf Cave and turn that thing in next.
Poogle's lead black belt fires for 1 damage. He's now been stunned. Poogle's other black belt hit for 20. She's going to have to switch her strategy as down goes Dan. She's firing fades at Kraken now.
And the adamant gets turned into an opal bracelet, but we can say it's an adamantine bracelet if we like.
Kraken with a swift shot to Pugel's white mage takes her out, and another hit from Kraken takes down Pugel. Looks like she's going to try again. She's going to try some sort of a different strategy. She wants her orb lit.
Yeah, it's handy when the fiends are just the first floor of a dungeon. You can just kind of go in there with half a plan, and if it doesn't work out, you can just try again.
Yeah, you can try again, or you can go back there at any time as well. A couple of different options that sure is handy. When they're not buried behind, 4 or 5 levels, you have to walk through lava 4 or maybe a couple trap tiles to get there.
Black Knight is at the Marsh Cave Fork. He's going to think about this for a second. Mark it off on his tracker. The forks get tricky because one entrance has, multiple payoffs. In the original game, the forks both lead to dead ends pretty promptly, be they the mermaids or the dead ends in Marsh, so not too much comes of them. But in Entrance Shuffle, they can really lead to giant, sprawling dungeons that could be, 10 floors deep or more. And remembering all the forks is key to not getting lost and not missing anything that could be important later.
Round 3 for Pugel versus Kraken. Exfer right off the bat. No good. Cannot land it on Kraken. She wants this, Nitz.
Minochi's actually in the ice cave. The actual ice cave. I'm not sure where he entered there from, but he's about to get to the incentivized chest now.
Pugel continues to fire Exfer against Kraken. It hit! Kraken is defenseless. She's going for Brack strategies.
You might as well now that he's defenseless. Brack's got a reasonable shot of landing.
Here comes Brack.
When I say reasonable, we're talking like 10% or something, but hey, it's something.
Brack from the Red Mage ineffective on Kraken.
Keep trying.
Pugel's standing up though, firing fades, weakening Kraken even more. Another fade lined up and a Brack shot from Pugel. Fade for 172. Critical hit from the black belt.
Another Brack.
Ooh. No good. Ineffective. Down goes the white mage. Another Brack coming from the red mage. Ineffective.
Yeah, those Exfer strats are risky under the best of times. Out of Brack, switches to Bane.
Bane!
No good. Oh,
Bane is no good from the red mage. She's gonna fire another Brack at Kraken. No, she's not.
No, she's not. Might have to come back to that one. That's that Kraken is not to be trifled with, and there was no Brack in the Kraken tonight.
I think Pugel's gonna try it again. She's gonna go ahead and leave. She's gonna be the first one to head to the Leaf-In area. She wants to see what's going on down here. Could be something important, Nitz.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff we haven't seen yet. Could be another Fiend battle. Could be all kinds of things.
Oh.
And go figure, it's actually just Lefane.
Can she reset here? Where did she save? It's a good strategy right here. Just hit reset. You got the information. You can't do anything there. Get out of there and move on.
There she goes. Alright, so Brilliant clears Earth B4, gets to Ice B1. His adventure continues. Now, Minochi's clearing out the part of Ice Cave that is actually contiguous Ice Cave. So he's in the room here with the Frostwolf trap tile, 6 chests. The next staircase that he's going to go will go back to the top floor sort of drop room area, and then he can exit from there if he wants.
Wizards have trance, and they were really trying to give the business to Brilliant there, but Brilliant got away. He has a history with Wizards. I think that brought back some memories he probably doesn't like very much.
And he finds the left-right cardio rooms, so there's a lot of chests in this one, 7 I think. And he's going to clean it out. Minochi finds the canal. Not too useful, but it is going to give him a 10% EXP bonus, so even finding quest items that are no longer useful to you still pays off as an EXP investment.
That's right. It does. It's going to help you. And remember, fans of Final Fantasy Randomizer, I teased you about it earlier. I said something about one of our 4 Fiends, and we got something special coming up. We've seen 2 Fiends already. We saw Kraken, and we saw Lich. And, well, we didn't see anything funky now, did we?
No,
so we're down to Tiamat and Carrie. Something's going to happen. It's going to be wacky. It's going to be great, so stay tuned.
Little surprise. We still have the good old friendly eye in front of the good old friendly eye chest. This time it has the crystal, and that's going to give you a 10% EXP boost. So remember, important or no, every single one of these items pays off immediately. He's going to get 10% more EXP than he just did the last time he killed the eye. Pardon me, he got the crystal before that, but you get the idea.
Right. It'd be a good idea to head to Matoya's cave. He knows exactly where it is. It's in Elfland. Spent a lot of time there already. And again, add to that experience boost and percentage boost. That way, he can get to that higher level faster to when if and when we ever find Bahamut, to go ahead and class change later on once he's that high on his Black Belt Masters, potentially.
Yeah, exactly. There was a question if we had found the class change location. No, Bahamut's whereabouts are still unknown. So, no class change potential yet.
And Temple of Fiends Nits? I don't think we've seen that, right? Elfland Castle? We haven't seen that?
No, I don't know if anybody has used the chime to enter the Mirage Tower. I don't know if anyone has done the long trek to enter Castle Ordeals. Those are locations that people get around to last, as well as I'm not sure if anyone has actually gone to the Vanilla Waterfall or on-rack entrances, but I could be just falling asleep here.
Nope, that's what I've got it as too, and that's where we're on the same page, definitely. Minochi's selling off some of his equipment. He's got a pretty good chunk of change there. That'll pay for a lot of lunches.
Septimus drops a little bit of FF1 wisdom. Kraken only naturally resists fire and earth, so landing expert doesn't actually help you. Well, Brack is earth elemental, is it not? Or is it poison stone? Oh, maybe it is.
Poison stone.
It is, of course it is. So, yeah, well, that's tragic. But we can still pretend.
Brilliant's doing exactly what we talked about. He got his crystal from the ice cave. He's headed directly to Matoya. Experience boost and an item.
Brilliant got some unfinished business here in the Elfland entrance to Sharknado Room. Let's come back to a test tube.
Black Knight in your lower right-hand corner of the screen. He just fed the Titan. The Titan was hungry, and Black Knight took care of his addiction to eating rubies.
He's going to pick up that Aegis shield. He's the only person that will eventually be able to make use of it, so we'll see if he hangs on to it for that length of time or not. Minochi's going to high-five with him. He's entering and feeding the Titan, and he's doing it from the other side, so that's pretty hilarious.
Green ogres have landed thunder. They threw some electricity at Minochi.
And a little expert too, but it's not going to do too much damage to him. Question, is Garland getting tired waiting for the heroes? I think Garland is freaking out right now because like he probably put that ransom a long time ago and there's like no bag of cash coming. So like he's not even going to know what hit him. By the time they find him, they're going to be so advanced that they'll just snap his fingers and his heart will stop.
Poogle gets through. It looked like she got through the Oxyale block in the submarine in Onrak a little bit faster than Brilliant did. I'm not sure if she checked everything at this point, but she's got to be happy finding the mermaids at this point. Brilliant goes directly to Matoya. Let's see what the witch has. She's got the herb. Now, Elfland Castle. That's what we're looking for here to turn that herb in. We got to wake that sleeping prince. He just keeps dozing off. He just keeps falling asleep all the time. We're going to go wake him up. But we got to find it first. And none of our featured runners have found Elfland Castle. It could lead to the mystic key here, Nitz. I think the key is the key in this scene.
That would be apropos. Because we got to get back down to that Marsh Cave lock chest. What is down there? Is it the cube?
Ooh,
or do we have the cube?
We've got a cube block. It's over in Sarda's cave. I know that.
Yeah, alright, so Brilliant gets to on-rack entrance. Oh, and it's Sky 4F. So I believe we've shuffled the teleporter locations because we're masochists. So
I don't think so. I think we turned it off. That was the one thing
that
we did not do.
That's right. I would do anything for love.
Viewers, we have spared our players the Sky 4F teleporter shuffle on this one, so everyone's going to take the regular path, 2 left, 2 up, however it is that he wants to do it. But an interesting feature there. There it is, Nits. We found it.
Aha!
Was that the original on-rack?
Yes, that was vanilla on-rack entrance leads to Temple of Fiends. He's going to mark that down on his tracker.
Mm-hmm. 2 things. He's got it. He's going right to Garland. He checked the chests. There's key lock chests on the right as well. He's going to take out Garland. He's going to rescue Princess Sarah. But there's no warp here, Nits. Princess Sarah's just going to cut poof and kind of magically disappear.
She gets airlifted away on the airship, but you got to go back and do it yourself.
Correct. Bruin's going to route this in. He's going to check out the waterfall as well. Could this be the Fiend that we're seeking?
This could be a Fiend. Could be a Fiend.
I'm thinking it might be, and it is. It is Carrie.
Very good. He's got 1 chest to check if he likes, and then he's got an orb to light. And forget the chest, it's orb o'clock.
Brilliant. Going after Carrie, he's going to try to light his second orb. Minochi's checking out the caravan. Oxio already being for sale. We know that there's not going to be nothing too important in there at this point, but he's got an option to buy a pure potion.
Just 1 at a time from that vendor. Buy 10 is not enabled for the traveling caravan. I have no idea why. I've never investigated that piece of code that we found off ROM hacking centuries ago. So,
Minochi finds Kraken. I got a good peek at his menu screen there, Nets. He does not have any orbs lit at this point, from what I saw.
And Poogle finds the bottle, so that's the other important piece of progression in this dungeon that she got access to from the Oxyel. So she's going to get out of there and go take care of some business.
Quad X from Brilliant takes down Carrie. He's lit his second orb now. I gotta think Castle Ordeals might be next on Brilliant's list. He's got the Chime. The Mirage Tower could be an option. Minochi, 85, heading over to Lefin. And... oh, do I have the slab? He doesn't even have the slab, nor does he have it translated. He resets, and back away he goes.
Probably going to head straight to Corneria Castle and see what Sarah's got in store for him. Could be
Brilliant
the instant key. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, picking up item after item, gaining that experience. Ever so closer, extending his lead.
Yeah, the progression for picking up key items, a completely original idea that we absolutely did not just lift wholesale from Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise Randomizer, and also great game, by the way, has really worked well in FFR. So we want to thank that community for drumming that one up. If they stole it from somebody else before them, well, that's just justice.
Nits, it looks like Sarah had a plan to get away from Garland, actually. I think she had some explosives.
Well, we'll pass those off to our good friend Narek and see what he does with them. I mean, he's not going to create the canal. We already have that. He's probably just going to... he's got a bit of an explosive thing. He's kind of doing some research. We'll see what he's got here. Of course, he has the ancient teleporting technology, which he is willing to trade for dynamite.
That's right. The guy's just trying to get his work done. He's trying to stimulate the economy. He's just trying to get it going. But his ancient cube is very good. That fell out of the sky, I imagine. And Brilliant's going to continue this quest, it looks like. He needs to go to Sarda's Cave, right in the beginning right here. He's got the cube now. He wants to see what's back here. Is it a Fiend? Is it Elflin Castle? Is it a dead end? Have we seen the other fork yet, Nets, in the Sea Shrine?
I don't think so. There's still a lot of unexplored maps that we've yet to see, so hard to speculate, but it could have been any of those things, yes. First, he's got a blue D. Is he going to do a little grind here? No, he's got a lot more key items than he had before, so we're well past, I think, double the initial EXP. So we started at 2.4 plus 80, and after 10 key items, that's going to be, double whatever that ends up becoming. With rounding errors, it's approximately 4.8 plus 160. There's the Sea Shrine fork, so the plot thickens as he finds a fork in a row behind the cube block. So let's see which way he goes first.
Brilliant's going to make a play on the original right side, the mermaid side. Let's see where that goes. It's just going to get deeper, Nits. We got some floors that are coming here. What do you think, chat? What do you think is gonna happen here on Brilliant and Insane? Is it gonna be a Fiend? Elfland Castle? Dead End?
Yeah, Cardia Dead End. Those are what it's gotta be, something like that.
Black Knight's taking out some Agamas. He's not doing too bad down here, Nets. He's got some levels. He's surviving.
Aha! I forgot all about it. It's Bahamut. But he doesn't... He's thinking about it. He's still got black belts. Does he want to promote him? Is there magic spells or gear he wants to equip? It doesn't look like he's super interested. He's just going to warp a floor and go the other way.
He made a quick note of it. He knows it's an option for him in the future. So Bahamut's been located behind the cube after a fork in Sarda's cave.
Welcome to FFR entrance and floor shuffle.
Now Brilliant goes left and he finds the rod block. We told you it was going to be wacky tonight. There's roadblocks after roadblocks. Does Brilliant have we seen the rod? I don't think we've seen the rod.
So just to add on to that answer in chat, so they're running fast because enabling dash is a feature of the randomizer, but it has recently been reversed for convenience. So now auto run is enabled, and to actually walk slower, you have to hold B. But no one's going to do that because why would you? But yeah, auto run enabled now.
Brilliant's thinking about this. Earth Cave is incentivized. He's going to get yet another incentivized item behind the vampire here.
Welcome to the fun domain. Lol, this is pretty crazy, yes.
It could be the rod itself, Nits. What about the locked marsh area? Could the Mystic Key be an Earth Cave, potentially? And what is in that locked marsh area?
What is in the locked marsh cave? Question from Shoxy8. Why wouldn't you promote? So FF1 has a fantastically unusual progression system in that every class ends up strictly better with the exception of the black belt. Every time a black belt gains a level, they gain 4 magic defense, but after being promoted to master, they only gain 1 additional magic defense per level, and they get nothing else. Nothing at all else is different. And because there are forced 2 black belts in tonight's parties, that's a crippling thing to take on for promotion. So it's not the guaranteed benefit you would think it would be.
Fugel's run into those wizards. They're already firing out trance at her. It is the rod! The rod in the incentivized location allows Brilliant to continue on in this dungeon. And he finds Elfland Castle.
That is absolutely fantastic. The laziest block I've ever seen. Here,
it's a ribbon, Nits. It's not the Mystic Key. That's what he wanted.
He definitely wanted the Mystic Key. The ribbon is good, but it is not going to give him progression. And it is not going to give him a 10% EXP boost. Gear doesn't count. But the rod he found will.
I think we've located most every key area with that finding of Elfland Castle. As far as key items, though, I know one of our runners has the slab. For sure. I'm not sure. Where was the slab, Nets? In a chest?
It was early. It was early. I know. It seems like so long ago, Will.
Alright. Interesting that rod was hidden behind the vampire. It makes me wonder if any players as Brilliant, he's going to be the first one of the Mirage Tower with the chime. It's a dead end. Oh.
Question in chat. Wait, what? EXP boost? Yes. So, Noctis, good question. In this version, the alpha version of the randomizer, the developer on the team Meridian has implemented an idea we borrowed basically from Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise, where after receiving key items, you gain an EXP boost. In FF4 FE, I believe it's fixed, so after a certain number of key items, you gain like a double boost. But we've made a few different options here for FF1 randomizer, and The way we have it tonight is every single key item, so all the things that go dun, 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 when you get it, the chime, the rod, the floater, etc. Each one of those gives you a 10% gold and EXP boost, and it stacks with the 2.4 plus 80 that they set for the initial boost.
Nits, I may know. I think I may have figured out where Tiamat is. Tiamat may be hiding out in the original castle ordeals. That's my guess at this point in time.
Yeah, that's a fair guess. It's a popular place to check last because it's so out of the way.
And now that we've seen Kraken, Carrie, and Lich, we haven't seen anything surprising. Chat, if Brilliant heads there, we might have to get some hype going for the surprise that we're going to throw at our players tonight. Because it is Tiamat. Tiamat is being guarded. Tiamat has a loyal following, and he's protecting himself a little bit better. Tonight's Final Fantasy Randomizer.
Yeah. So we talk about the Bridge of Destiny as being where a Final Fantasy party really determines if they're going to have to square off against some sort of immortal ancient technology. And let's just say in tonight's seed, it's not as random as it normally is.
We'd like to remind you that tomorrow, the 2018 Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournament continues. We've got 3 matches tomorrow over on our broadcast partner Randomania. 2 of them will be aired at 8 p.m. Eastern and 10 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah,
Brilliant attacking Kraken with Brack from his Black Mage and Cure 4.
Also no luck bracking the Kraken just yet, but perhaps he'll keep trying. Oh yeah, he's going to fire 2 barrels every round. He'll probably get there eventually. If you're wondering why the alpha run in the middle of the tournament, it's sort of a refreshing break, a change of pace, a curveball or a change-up, if you will, after all these fastballs, just to give us something else to look at. And gives us a great chance to show off what's upcoming. If you think this stuff is crazy and wacky and you want to play, you can. You can find it at alpha.finalfantasyrandomizer.com. If you want to come to our Discord and ask questions, it's just been dropped in chat. And we love new people in the community. We run testing matches all the time. They've got so popular that people said, you have to stream this. This is more than just something that you do behind closed doors. And so we've thrown those doors open, and we're inviting everyone to join us in our testing efforts because, heck, they're just so much fun.
Brilliant has gone to the Finn. He looks like he's got his translated slab. He does. It's the crown. Okay. It's not the Mystic Key. That's what he wanted. Next on the list, he's got to remember, hopefully he wrote it down, he needs to go ahead and go back to Northwest Castle. We know that that is...
Crescent Lake.
Original Crescent Lake, yes!
Crescent Lake.
Oh, you beat me to it. All right. I'd like to thank Meridian BC. Meridian, if you're out there, thank you very much. He created this tracker where I believe we're going to make it available to the public. I'm not quite sure on that quite yet, to go ahead and help us track all this stuff for the entrance shuffle, and we're going to try to make that available to the public.
Yeah, it's morally just a poorly kept secret at this point, but his tracker is pretty much available for anyone doing floor shuffle practice. There just hasn't been much of a need to release it yet. It's nothing too pretty yet. I think you would like to refine it a bit more before openly releasing it, but it's no secret anyway.
Any options like that, again, the Discord, just like Ned said, stop on by our new player help section, general, anything that you might need, want, tools, tips, questions about the game, some of the updates, some of the modernizations, we'll be there and we'll be able to help you out in the Discord.
Alright, Brilliant makes it to Northwest Castle. There's the Mystic Key from the kindly old king. He'll just hand it over like that. Oh my gosh, it's Astos.
I just thought he was a king that lost his crown.
I mean, yeah, he gave you the key so pleasantly, and then he just decides to jump you. Well, now he's dead.
The 2 key pieces have been found by Brilliant and Insane. He's got the loot, he got that early, that was in the waterfall. And the Mystic Key was held by the not-so-kindly king, apparently, afterwards. He wasn't... You're telling me the king wasn't a very good guy. So, now he just needs to find his 4th Fiend with a surprise. Don't forget, now there's a surprise coming on there. And I would think that Brilliant does know that the original Castle Ordeals is the way to go. I would think.
Yeah, so we'd like to thank Speed Gaming for hosting us, of course, tonight and giving us this exposure. I hope you're enjoying this run as much as I'm enjoying calling it. This floor shuffle stuff is just crazy, and it'll be coming up, to the production website following the tournament at some point. Speed Gaming is one of our major partners for the current Final Fantasy Randomizer tournament. There's lots of races on Speed Gaming, as well as Randomania, another channel that we've hosted some of our other races on.
Brilliant's going to the fork. He's going to check the bottom of Marsh Cave. We're going to find out what that incentivized item is. Have we seen the Mazmoon?
No Mazmoon. Might be a caster item that we haven't seen yet.
I'm thinking it's the Mazmoon, chat. What do you think it is? Could be a caster item, that's correct, but I'm thinking it's the Mazmoon. But we're definitely going to find out. He's going to check this. He's going to add another item potentially to his inventory. And this is Brilliant's kryptonite right here. These wizards and the sorcerers have been trancing him the last week all the time, and they've just been giving him fits. Google makes her way to the fence. She's got her translated slab. She's gonna get the crown. It is the Mazmoon.
There it is.
Brilliant gets stronger now. He doesn't extend his lead, but he gets stronger. Poogle's making up a little bit of time here, a little bit. But she's a few orbs behind at this point. Brilliant's thinking. Where is he gonna go?
Black Knight now probably pretty frustrated. I don't think he knows about the king. It's going to be his undoing tonight, but we'll give him a GG later when he finally decides to call it at some point. If he doesn't ever figure out that he has to go talk to the king, he's probably going to give up because I think he's cleared out everything else at this point.
He has. He's given it a good effort. He really has. Poogle makes a direct beeline for Northwest Castle and that king again. She's got her Mystic Key. She knows where Kraken is. I believe she knows where Lich is. I think Poogle's going to start making a move here. I think she's going to kick it into high gear.
Yeah, and now Brilliant is grinding the Blue Ds. Now that he's gotten all the progression items he could possibly get his hands on, and his EXP boost is most it's going to be. So Blue Ds normally, with a full party, yield about 800 and so EXP. So each time now, he's actually getting 2,384. So a huge EXP boost.
Nitz, do you think he goes to 50 here? 42, at least?
I can't get in his head. If he's continuing past 24, I'm thinking 32, because that's when those two black belts are going to start taking things apart, and I think that's probably going to be enough for him.
Winochi taking on Lich, using good use of the Harm 4 helmet. Poogle again makes a beeline for the next progression item. She's gonna get her Mazmoon now.
I see. He just wanted to pick up enough levels to make his promotion worthwhile. I think with level 24, he feels he's got enough magic defense on those black belts. He's going to go ahead and get promoted. He wants to equip, I think, either the red or black shirt, maybe, or learn some more spells that he can't quite get within reach. At this point, he has played so well. He must feel like he's carved out a bit of a lead here, so he's going to take his time, get everything he could possibly want before he hunts down Tiamat.
Yeah, this is certainly the smoothest entrance shuffle game that I've seen played. To have the key, the loot, 3 orbs at the 1 hour 21-minute mark. It's been quite smooth, quite impressive.
Fiesel and Geyer's FF1 run from GDQ a couple of years back is what got me into watching VODs of speedruns of Final Fantasy. And then YouTube suggestions pointed me to FFR. From there, commentators told me to find the Discord. And now I have truly closed the loop by getting involved with this project and commenting on races on Speed Gaming that hopefully someone else will see someday and be inspired to get involved with this game because it is so much fun. And it's just fun for me to see that whole thing happen.
Nitz, you do such an amazing job, certainly for me and the entire community. Really appreciate what it is that you do. And my story is really the same. I watched the Time 2 of Death video from YouTube, and I was hooked. It was over. So, and I had to keep watching and move on, and then I couldn't help but get involved and work with the development team and just this great community over in the Discord. Minochi does have his slap translated now. We'll see if he heads back toward the Fin. I believe he was there. He knows where it is at this point in time. As Brilliant makes his way back to Melmond. Is this the spells you were talking about, I think, Nitz?
This is the stuff that you start to unlock after promotion. Aha! So he's going to get Nuke there on his red and black wizards, and now he's really cooking with gas.
That's right. Nuke was in the original warp spot. So it was unlordable to not only his black mage, but his red mage. Class promotion pops up. There you go. Now he's got Nuke. Again, the rich get richer. Not quite sure where he's going right now, unless he saw something that we missed.
Poogle's making the journey to Castle Ordeals. We'll finally see what's behind those gates.
I can only think it's Tiamat. Chat, get your hype out if this is Tiamat. We got a surprise coming for you.
Yeah, there's another question, chat, about... I've never played FF1. Should I play it before I play FFR? It's nice to know what you're randomizing before you randomize it. But if you've never played Final Fantasy 1 before, there's a version of the randomizer. You can essentially turn off all the randomizations, but still keep the conveniences. Things like being able to buy 10 and run, and things that really just make the game a lot faster. When it comes to playing casually, they add those creature comforts that we're so familiar with from modern games that make it so much more approachable. The original game, while glorious and a source of tons of hours of entertainment during my childhood, has aged not so great. And especially if you've never played it before, you may not be able to get through it. It can be very dry, it can be very slow, and it demands a lot of grinding. And you might have more fun playing FFR with all the randomizations turned off to get the same game, but with all the modern conveniences.
Brilliant and Insane is on the Bridge of Destiny on his way to Tiamat. Something's about to happen here, chat.
Let's get that Warmech hype.
Warmech hype? What's that?
Who the heck is that?
What is going on? What's on the Bridge of Destiny, Nitz? What is that?
I don't know. Let's ask him who he is. Maybe he'll say...
Let's just talk to him and see what he has to say.
Maybe give us some directions. Have you seen Tiamat?
Yeah. Hey, I'm in a band too, man. Oh! Warmech is blocking the Chamber of Tiamat. Warmech is required. Opening with Lightning 2. Brilliant fires back with a nuke. 5 hits from the Master. And a fast coming out from the Black Wizard. More nukes are on their way.
Another lit 2. He's got resistances.
Another 112 from a nuke. 10 hits from the Master, and Mary takes down Warmech from Brilliant. He's clear to move on to Tiamat.
And 2 levels for every party member's gotta be nice too.
Brilliant immediately to Brack. He's gonna try to break Tiamat into pieces. Let's see what happens.
Boom.
Right off the bat. Boom. Down goes Tiamat. Brilliant making it look easy with Brack. Broken into pieces. Brilliant lights his 4th orb. He's got the loot. He's got the Mystic Key. He's ready to take on the Temple of Fiends Revisited.
He's got all the magic he could want. He's got plenty of levels. I don't think anything's stopping him. He's heading there.
No, nothing's gonna stop Brilliant. He wants this. Poogle's gonna cash in the key. She's gonna go ahead and she's gonna try to find a few other items here. Brilliant knows right where he's going. Temple of Fiends is located a floor or 2 into the original on rack. I didn't see him stop for heal potions or anything like that. He might feel comfortable with his levels. I think he was around 27 nits from what I saw with the Warmech fight.
Yeah, after the Warmech fight, he's approximately level 27. He's got 89 heals. He's going to use his tent and maybe clear out his cabins just so his heals shift over to the left.
And he's got 12 backup soft potions.
Yeah, he's got everything he needs.
Our players are starting to move on to the Fiends now. Minochi's taking on Lich. Poogle moves on. She's going to go ahead and she's going to fight Carrie. Black Knight being a warrior. He is going through the Titan's Tunnel and finding out where else it is that he can go. He finds Cardia Islands, and he finds the volcano. Savvy move, Nits, from Black Knight. Using the Titan's Tunnel to go ahead and continue on and potentially find more options.
Yeah, the poor guy really missed out on the floater now, so he's exhausting every single option. He's got to be a little bit frustrated, so I'm happy that he's like found the strength to carry on and keep playing this, when obviously he's got to be wondering what is going on.
6 hits from the Black Belt and Rainbow Poogle takes down Carrie. She's lit her fire orb. Brain Insane is on. He's nearing the Phantom now in the Temple of Fiends Revisited.
Looks like he's going to take the Gas D fight here. There's some pretty good experience to be had from the Gas Dragons. He's level 27. Things get a lot easier if he can get those Black Belts to level 32. The experience he's getting now is just off the hook because of all the progression. So having 10% per item is very generous, and that's actually the most generous setting there is. But this being an exhibition, we cranked it up, right? Didn't want to make it too punishing, but you won't see a 10% per item probably seriously. But nevertheless, what he's got tonight, he's taken advantage of, and he's really kind of taken apart this seed.
Right. And we've gotten word from Minochi. His computer crashed, and he had a disconnect of internet. So hopefully it looks like those two problems are solved at this point in time. So that's definitely put him back. But those were the issues with Minochi's stream. But he's plugging along.
Poogle's going to check the key chests in Canaria Castle. I don't think Brilliant did these, so these should be new.
No, these are definitely new. Not much in there. I think he found a stick, Nits. But the Vorpal. A game changer.
Toss that on the Red Wizard if she gets promoted.
Potential game changer for Poogle. Using the Mystic Key that she gets, she finds the Vorpal.
Brilliant's just about grinded his Black Belts up, or Black Masters at this point now, up to level 32. And when that happens, it's going to be all over but the crying for the rest of the Fiends here.
Five hits from the those masters. Brilliant went ahead and class change. So those are, I believe, 2 masters right there. We're cranking up. We're getting higher in those levels. More damage. Essentially a machine, I guess you could say.
Four-pack of Earths. They're not the greatest for EXP, but when they come in 4-packs, it's pretty good. And they're usually much easier than the other elementals, so Brilliant just ripping them apart. He's got a full party of melee experts with Mass Moons and Sun Swords and Bare Fists. Nothing can really stop him now.
Brilliant's got some gadgets. He's not messing around. He's just going right after Lich One in one round. The way Brilliant set this up, down goes Lich.
Question for chat, what's the deal with level 32? So, it's just sort of a coincidence, really, but at level 32, Black Belts and Masters gain their 8th hits, their 7th and 8th hits. And that increases their damage significantly versus, say, level 31. They get their next 2 hits at level 42, at which point they're simply annihilating everything and almost one-shotting the final boss.
I think Black Knight might be throwing the towel in Nits. We're going to work on that. He is not. Black Knight is clearly frustrated, though. He does not want to forfeit this match. He's frustrated at this point. Looks like he's going to continue on.
Yeah, somebody needs to say, "Can hear your castle." It's just an exhibition race.
It's just an exhibition race. We're having a good time. Hats off again to Black Knight. The second time he's ever played one. I mean, to have the guts to do that, I admire that, Nets. I really do.
Yeah, it's too bad it's worked out this way for him. If that floater was like anywhere else, anything he knew he could access, he would have found it by now. But it happens to be a fluke that you can get the item from the king without rescuing Sarah ever since NPC Shuffle, and he probably doesn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know what's worse. Not being able to find the floater, or having the floater and sailing around on a ship for a little while and not using it while having the canoe. I don't know anyone that would do that, Nets.
No one can do that.
Yeah, especially on Speed Gaming. Speaking of Speed Gaming, Feasel, thank you very much for hosting us tonight. Your entire family and networks, you've been wonderful to us, and they're going to go ahead and continue airing our randomizer tournament, as we're not even a week into it yet. We got a few more weeks of this to go on, and then our bracket stage.
Carry 2 had Tornado, but Brilliant has a team of total badasses that stop at nothing. So it doesn't prove to be much of a deterrent for him, and he just pushes right on. He doesn't even bother to heal. He's going to use his Cure 4 gauntlets during battle to get his health back up.
Savvy move from Poogle here. She knows it's Rod Block. She knows this area is Rod Block, but she knows there's an incentive item behind that vampire. Turns out it's going to be the Rod, so she can move forward. Minochi lights his orb. He's got 2 now. Black Knight lost.
Question from chat, or statement: I didn't know you can get the item from the king now. It's like, yes. So by convenience for NPC Shuffle, the king just surrenders his item for free without even saving the princess. That was in part to make it a little bit easier to do during the early days, but it also turned out to be much more convenient as far as the software itself went, and we never changed it back because nobody seemed to mind. That sort of separates the king for free, the princess when you rescue her. It's a nice balance.
Brilliant's Knights are not doing the damage to Kraken 2 that he would probably like. Looks like Kraken's got some pretty good absorb, and he blasts Lynn, the lead master. She's done, but Mary, right from behind after Kraken's big blast, destroys Kraken 2. Brilliant moves on to the sky floor, the echo of the floating castle, and tie him at 2.
Yeah, he had 7 charges of Lich too, which he was keeping just for such an occasion. Puts his party right back together, and he's going to carry on absolutely undaunted. Brilliant, just really putting on a show tonight, just demonstrating how to take apart a floor shuffle.
7 charges of Lich 2 is very good, yes. Rainbow Poogle. Taking notes. Checking Elflin Castle and its treasury, using her Mystic Key. Brilliant and Insane's gonna... Ooh, big hit from Tiamat on Lynn again.
Yeah, the scaling such as it is, these fiends shouldn't have the potential to be too difficult. And with Brilliance levels and gear, it looks like he's going to be able to make this happen here.
I do believe so as well. I think so. He's got the Cure 4. He's tempering himself up. He might just be going for a pretty big... There it is. Mary again with the knockout shout. Tiamat 2's down. Brilliant Insane moves on. He makes it to the chamber of the Ultimate Fiend, Chaos.
We're approaching the 100-minute mark. Brilliant might finish before that. Let's get some Chaos hype for the final battle here. Cheer for Brilliant as he tries to put a stamp on this one.
Brilliant rearranges his inventory. He's got the Temper Staff. He's got Fast. He's got Nukes. He's got Masters that are trained to the nines. He's going to go ahead and attack with the Masters and temper them up some more. I don't know if this Chaos knows what's coming, Neds.
Yeah, I really don't think so. Starting with Bane is not going to pose much of a threat. He's got a bunch of ribbons and strong MDef.
Minochi with Brack on Kraken 1 takes him down. He moves to level 26, and he's lit his 3rd orb now. Chaos ain't doing much, Nits. Perfect management here from Brilliant. Cure 4 Gauntlet, Tempers, and attacking, whittling down Chaos. 11 hits from the Master.
Just a lot of hurt from these Masters tempered up. Chaos got to be clinging to the ropes now.
Ten hits from the Master. Chaos is still fighting. I think this is a little bit more of a flesh wound. He tries to fight back with Lightning 2, but it's no good. Mary again with the kill shot. Brilliant and Insane finishes this great exhibition race in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 37 minutes, 55 seconds. Chat, get your GGs out and congratulate this man.
I'm not sure if Minochi's ever seen the War Mech NPC before, so he's probably thinking, what is that? It's that moment of dawning comprehension where you wonder, is it maybe? Is it what I think it is? Minochi's about to take him on.
We've got an update off stream. Edgeworth has finished. Less than 2 minutes behind Brilliant. He was apparently neck and neck with Edgeworth has finished with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 39 minutes, 12 seconds.
Wow, that's fantastic. Let's see if we can, we'll try and get, I'm not sure how that works here, if we can bring them in for chat or not. So maybe that won't happen. I'm not entirely sure. Shockingly close finish. Brilliant concluding it 1:37.55, and Edge just 2 minutes behind. It's too bad we didn't have him on stream for that, see that close finish, but nevertheless, our champion's on stream, and that's what we're looking for. It's no fun when somebody snipes it from the shadows, so I'm glad to see Brilliant take it in front of us all here. Been a great race up to this point, and I hope you've enjoyed watching it as much as I've enjoyed watching it, working on it, being part of this community. It's been a lot of fun. All right, Poodle's taking on Lich here. Black Knight has an airship. He's got his floater. He's got his airship.
Kudos to you, Black Knight.
He's done
You're
it.
stuck with it. I think this is a big step for him, Nits.
That is so huge to not have to give up because of something so trivial, to actually find it. Even if we don't stick with him for the entirety of the time it takes him to finish today, just knowing that he managed to get over that hurdle and not give up because he was stuck, like to be able to play on his own terms, is a big deal. So, GG just for that.
I am so proud of this guy. I don't know how long Speed Gaming has with us tonight. You're right. You know what I'm going to do after this? I'm actually going to forego our dev work, and I'm going to go hang out with him. I'm going to go watch his stream, and I'm going to go join his chat. This is awesome. Congratulations, Black Knight. Don't give up and keep going.
That's
now,
it.
What do we have here? Brilliant and Insane. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Brilliant. Congratulations. What a time.
Those Cure 4 gauntlets were amazing.
Great use of the Cure 4 gauntlets. We'll get to that real quick. But Brilliant, how do you feel about the seed? Tell us about it, please.
Well, it was a little bit trolly at first, but then it sped up significantly.
You've played more floor and entrance shuffle seeds than maybe anyone at the level that you played. You know, a strong finisher in the league and one of the well-known faces of the game. So, is it difficult to bounce back and forth between some crazy stuff like this and the tournament, or is it just a degree of familiarity that you have that let you just dive in and play so well tonight?
I kind of have a rule of not playing seeds on tournament days just so that my brain doesn't get scrambled.
Brilliant. When you started to go through as the game sped up, as you put it, when you start getting item after item after item, we watched you head to the incentivized item in the bottom of Marsh Cave. Did you think that was the Mazmoon?
It either had to be the Mazmoon or Well, I never found the canal or the bridge, so they were out there somewhere. But since they weren't required, they weren't incentive.
Hmm. Okay. And then you moved on. You decided when you were going to class change. Can you go through your thought process of when you decide to class change, why? Because we also noticed that you took a couple extra fights on that blue dragon. What was your thought process in making that decision?
Well, doing my notes, I had written that there was a Q block, and that was leading to the Sea Shrine Fork, and that was Bahamut. And I thought, well, that's an easy grind spot that I can just take a bunch of fights, get a few levels, and then go class change immediately after.
And with regards to the progressive scaling of experience, that's one we've been talking about and explaining to chat a lot. Did you have a target number of items in mind before you started your grind, or were you just kind of waiting until you felt like you had a bunch?
Well, it all depends on how the seed works out, and this one gave me a bunch of items, so I was able to just kind of pick up some fights and then skip through.
Alrighty, well, congratulations on a well-deserved win. You looked in control the entire seed, and you took it with 137.55, so GG tonight. Also joining us now is Edgeworth, an off-stream runner that finished just moments behind. So Edge, how did you do tonight? Can you walk us through your seed, because you were off-stream?
So got floater pretty early, got canoe pretty early. It was pretty straightforward from then. The only thing that I didn't realize was set to the flags was the experience scaling. So post floater, I immediately went and did a black belt grind, and I think that I deferred that a little longer. That would have made up a lot of time. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with how things turned out.
I'm going to throw the same question I asked Brilliant just a minute ago. Is it like mind-numbing to bounce back and forth between doing tournament races that are NPC shuffle, trying to keep that immaculate routing in your head, and then doing something wacky like this where you really have to, start from scratch and learn everything?
I mean, I haven't been practicing the tournament races as much as I should. I really do enjoy this mode a lot, so it's been kind of... I haven't been as diligent in my practice as I should be. But yeah, no, the floor shuffle, the entrance shuffle, definitely enjoying both of those a lot. And anytime you want to have another one of these exhibition races, just let me know.
I look forward to the days when they're not exhibition races anymore, because we've stabilized everything to the point that we can run them for real. But I'm just loving all the attention it's getting. Tartapan, the developer that did most of Floor Shuffle and Entrance Shuffle, originally laid down great track, and then I was just able to come in and sort of finish it off, get it working, polish up some blast bugs. Well, it's still in alpha, but enough bugs that we can actually confidently race it now, and to see people be so interested is pretty awesome.
Edgeworth, Will over here. I'm wondering your opinion on this. You're such a great video game player in randomizers. You're one of the top players, certainly in the league, in the community. You mentioned how much you like and enjoy playing this. I do too. I've made no bones about that whatsoever. In your opinion, do you think this is potentially the future of Final Fantasy Randomizer?
So I think this is going to be the next big step, and I don't know if the developers have any plans to do any overworld randomization at all, but this is the NPC shuffle was a good first step, but I think people in the community, and certainly by the end of the tournament, are going to have their heads wrapped around that, and there will be an established meta. I can't wait for the next tournament to come out where this is the mode of choice. It's going to be a blast.
With regards to the seed that you just played, Edge, obviously you were off stream, so our apologies. Anything trolly? Anything threw you for a loop? Or did you? It seemed that with your time, you may have just really had a nice little clean game, kind of like Brilliant did. But did anything throw you off at all?
I lost 2 minutes in a grind to the Green Ogres that had Thunder. Or were they Wiz Ogres? Either way, the Wiz Ogre Green Ogre formation ended up wiping me. I'm taking 2 steps on the way out of Volcano, but bad luck. But That'll happen.
Right now, of our featured runners, Poogle is through Warmack. She's on to Tiamat. I didn't see her exit and save at this point, so she's going to go ahead and she's going to heal up. It looks like she's resurrected Dan, put him in the top slot. Veteran move here to take any type of potential hit from Tiamat, and she's firing Exfer and Bane at him already. Poison smoke, there goes Tiamat. Poogle, she wanted this. She takes down Tiamat, lights her third orb. The air orb is done. Poogle's going to go ahead and move on. She only needs one more orb. She's got the loot, and she's got the Mystic Key.
Classic Tiamat, vulnerable to Poison Stone. Almost never have to fight him conventionally, or her, if you would just rather Brack or Bane. Just keep throwing it at it, because you'll get it eventually. Or on the first try, whatever the case may be.
Meanwhile, Minochi has entered the Temple of Fiends Revisited. He's on the Earth floor right now. Minochi's been battling technical issues this entire race. His internet, his computer went down, but he's still battling. He's taking on Lich 2.
So, Brilliant, what level did you end up finishing at?
I think it was around level 30.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think I watched him just squeak up to 32 to get all the extra power on his black belts, but I may have just imagined that now.
Yeah, I finished at 40. That was excessive, especially with the temper sticks, but it's just... Once I was done grinding, that's when I ran into all the unrunnables, so it's like, oh, great. All this experience I don't need.
Yeah, the progressive scale was ratcheted way up, so that once you had most of the quest items, you were getting like insane EXP. Like it could be, 200% on top of 2.4. So that's going to be big money and big levels really fast. So it's no surprise that people were getting to the end like pretty high level.
Poogle makes a beeline directly to Kraken. She's setting up. She's healing up. Poogle took a couple shots at Kraken earlier, and Kraken, he reached out and touched our beloved Rainbow Poogle. She's gonna go and she's gonna get her revenge, Nits.
Yeah, this has been a long time coming. She fought him way earlier, and now she's back.
3 hits, 3 damage from her master. I don't know. I think Poogle's gonna bring the smoke.
So, Tiamat is asking to be poisoned, but Kraken is another beast entirely, and it can be done, but with a black belt like that, you should just start wailing away. Yeah, like use him as a big like that soft, squeaty punching bag that he is. Just like it won't even hurt your hands. Just hammer him.
Poogle not having too much trouble with Kraken right now, whittling him down, bringing down his HP. Wound after wound from her masters and 6 hits. Takes down Kraken. Poogle has lit her 4th orb. She's got the loot and Mystic Key. She's going to assess her situation. She's onto the Temple of Fiends Revisited, where Minochi right now is really getting it from some great sharks and Wizard Sayhags on the water floor.
Yeah, so questions about Black Knight. New to the runner, very courageous even signing up for this. We don't prejudice too much in FFR. If you're eager to do so, boy, do we ever love it. So this might have been a little bit too much for him here, but he eventually figured out how to get the floater from the king, and he's gonna hopefully complete the seed all in good time. Minochi in Temple of Fiends now, Rainbow Poogle about there, so we're starting to see everybody else wrapping up.
Yeah, great learning opportunity for Black Knight. He did not give up. He was frustrated, and now he learned he's never going to do that again. And he's going to really progress it. This is a huge step. This is 4 or 5 steps forward for him in Final Fantasy. He's got nothing to be ashamed of it, and I quite frankly, I'm honestly proud of him.
The other nice thing is that now that he knows that, you can use that technique in normal NPC shuffle. So in his upcoming tournament race, he can run up to the king and grab the item right off the bat. And you don't know what it's going to be, so it's sometimes a good play, especially if it's something like the Massman.
Kraken 2 goes down to Minochi. He lost one of his masters in the process there. And Life 2, it looks like it was level 3, is of course on his red wizard, red mage. He's going to go ahead and resurrect him. He makes a beeline directly for time 2. Poogle is on her way to the Temple of Fiends Revisited. She's going to go through the Skyfloor 4F in their teleporters, where she'll come across the Temple of Fiends. Meanwhile, Minochi's getting swatted at by Fire 2 from Tiamat 2. Utilizing Temper and Cure 4 Gauntlet could be an option as well. And he's buffing up the Black Belt, excuse me. 4 hits, 673. Another Temper. I think Minochi's about to give Tiamat 2 a pretty good smack. Poogle taking on Wizard Vampires. Takes him down. That's got to make Poogle feel good. Poogle, he's charter member and president of the We Don't Like Vampires and Wizard Vampires Club.
Yeah, and there's a lot of respect for Black Knight in the chat right now, and it's well-deserved. Like, that is courage showing up here. And in fact, it's not to take anything away from him, but we've had an outpouring of new people joining this community that have risen to its highest levels relatively quickly. There's a lot of people that have joined, entered the tournament, put in some good times, already getting involved in things like tracking, doing a little bit of commentary for the early Swiss rounds. There's so many races that there needs to be so much participation to fill out all those spots, trackers and commentators alike. So just to see that blossom in the second tournament has been awesome. And the way the community has grown. So the links are in the chat for the Discord, for the website, of course, for Speed Gaming and all of its other content. So if you like what you see, stick around.
Minochi on the Chaos Battle. He's looking to finish third place here in this unplanned exhibition race on Final Fantasy Randomizer. Once again, thank you, Fiesel, Speed Gaming, for hosting us tonight. Cure 4 Gauntlet in action for Minochi, 500 damage. Chaos fires up Bane at Minochi, no chance. Not even close. Minochi's preparation has him resisting the Bane. 4 hits, 600 damage from the Black Belt of Minochi, and he just got tempered 3 more times.
His fists are made out of solid adamantium at this point.
Yeah, the Mazmoon hits 2 hits, 2 damage. Take a look at the difference here. Watch the Black Belt on the bottom slap. He's about to take out Chaos with 5 hits, 896 damage. Congratulations, Minochi. Chaos is terminated. He finishes in third place with an official SRL time. 1 hour, 54 minutes, 51 seconds.
Yeah, a strong finish for Minochi, given the technical problems, the computer resetting. I mean, who knows how much time that actually costs him. Only he's going to be able to be kind of clear about it. But to come, just 15, 20 minutes behind the leaders with problems like that is a great race.
Minochi takes out Chaos. Congratulations, Minochi. GG. We're going to try to get him in here. See his thoughts on this race. Meanwhile, next in line, Rainbow Poogle. She's on her way. She's in the Temple of Fiends Revisited, on her way to the Earth.
As we zero in on 2 hours, and with virtually all the tracking done, our tracker Tyrnix is signing off for the night, so we're gonna just let the wheels fall off the tracker, but he's done a great job for a couple hours. So thanks to Tyrnix, newcomer to the community, new participant in this spring's tournament, and yet another new face that has gotten involved. And so we thank Tyrnix.
We're trying to get Minochi in here. He's on his way. He looks like he might have to stop off for a little bit of lunch at this point in time. Perhaps sell some opal jewelry. We're not sure at this point, but we're going to try to get him in here. Rainbow Poogle, take it out. Let's see. Is she going after the Medusas? He is going after the green Medusas.
About to begin the Fiend rebattles. First is Lich 2, who should be pretty quick. And just like that, Lich 2 is no more. We'll be on to the fire floor next.
Rainbow Poogle continues to leave Dan on the ground. She's gonna separate. She's gonna bring in that experience. Pretty good funnel of experience here with that slider and all the key items that she has. Nits. It's got to be pouring in pretty good. She's setting herself up pretty well here for these Fiend refights.
Yeah, let her HP get down a little bit on this Red Wizard, so inviting a little bit of trouble here, but hopefully she can get through this fight and get all healed up. I know she's got plenty of charges of life too anyway, so shouldn't be any real problems.
Yeah. Akama's kind of giving it to her a little bit. The Red Mage is down. Level 31 and 34 to update you on the levels of Poogle as she moves through to take on Carrie too. Minochi has joined us in the chat here on Speed Gaming. Thank you for stopping by, Minochi. Chat, if you have any questions for Minochi, he's certainly here. He might be able to for you, at least in the chat room for now.
Oh, Carry 2 withstands a good beating from the Black Belt, but not a second good beating from the Master, so Carry 2 down onto the water floor. It was like close to losing both the Red Wizard and the White Wizard, though, which could have been problems.
Yeah, a little bit of a risky strategy there. Rainbow Poogle is going to change that. She's not going to take any more risks. Looks like she feels comfortable at this point. And on Minochi's run, gosh, it was just a few minutes ago, really. It looked like he might have had a little bit of trouble with the Gray Sharks and the Wizard Stayhags. Could be a potential roadblock that she doesn't see coming, but I really like her situation, the way she's got herself set up right now.
Gets away from that annoying ambush finally. And as we tick past the 2-hour mark, I invite you once again to follow our on-stream runners tonight. We've got Brilliant and Insane, just as brilliant on stream, but it's Brilliant and Insane on Twitch, Minochi85, Rainbow Poogle, Black Knight, and of course my co-commentator Will Cleosis. He does an amazing job following the game, hyping the game. He's a huge friend of the Epic Bar community, and it's been a pleasure working with him, or with you if I speak to you in the second person. So thanks, Will, for co-commenting with me tonight.
Nits, a pleasure and honor. I've been so long, and the Mayas and the Tritons, to be able to sit next to you here in the booth as my tag team partner for the night. It's been a blast, and hopefully we get to do it again real soon. Kraken 2, Poogle, not a fan. She does not like Kraken 2. I got a feeling she's going to take out a little bit of rage on him.
There's a good 693 to start off. Oh, Kraken 2 fires back. Right to the Brack strats.
Brack from Poogle, she loves her Brack.
1% of the time, it works every time.
She's going to fire a little bit of Bane at him as well.
That's just like a I don't like you Brack. It's like this has a 1% chance of working, but, you know, I just don't like you.
Rainbow Poogle takes out Kraken 2. She's onto the air floor. Did she heal?
I don't think so.
There you go, Poogle.
I ain't got time to bleed.
She ain't got time to bleed. Good trivia question. Name the character that said that. It sounds a lot like a very popular spell that Poogle likes very much.
Oh, very good. I'm gonna give chat a minute before I spoil it, before I forget about the question.
Okay, chat, 60 seconds. Name the character that said, and I quote, "I ain't got time to bleed." It is from my favorite movie of all time.
Oh, no kidding. It's my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie of all time. That's a bit of a hint.
Oh. 1987.
I can do lots of quotes. Whatever happened to you, Dylan? You used to be someone I could trust.
Kabeto Kabiste. Tiempo. Lightning 2 from Tiamat 2 does nothing to Rainbow Poogle. Can't even take Dan down.
Jesse the Body Ventura's character from Predator, Blaine.
Blaine it is. 7 hits from Poogle and another Bane shot. Tiamat's still standing. X-Fur from Poogle. Lands! Poogle lands X-Fur on Tiamat 2. Tiamat 2 is defenseless. What is she gonna do? Poogle just lost Dan. Nice knowing ya. Bane from Poogle. Ineffective. 7 hits from the Master. Not enough. The Mazmoon wielding cat of the White Mage with the Mazmoon takes down Tiamat 2. Poogle moves on. She's gonna take on Chaos unless she gets ambushed by her favorite, not so favorite, vampires.
I believe it's A-I-N, but it is pretty close to Bane the spell.
It is.
Blaine.
It is Blaine. Poogle preparing for her match with Chaos. Healing.
Zero Burn, that might be a quote from Dodgeball, but that is definitely a quote from The Simpsons. When Bart hits Nelson and goes, "You made me bleed my own blood. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood." Alright, Chaos, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a Master, but I don't think you can do either of those things. Wow, we got like 80s night Chaos here.
Rainbow Poogle initiates the Chaos fight right around the 2-hour 4-minute mark. A very respectable time in entrance shuffle and floor shuffle. I like her time. I like her going here. Chaos fires Bane out. It took out that Dan guy again. He's gone. 7 hits from the Master. Only 200 damage. I think she's got Chaos attention this time, though, Nitz.
Yeah, he's not too happy, but he's not going to be too unhappy for too long because Chaos's time on this should be pretty short. With that black belt's levels and those charges of temper, it's all over but the crying, I think.
That time keeps getting shorter with every temper boost. 7 hits from the Master.
No dice.
Slow 2.
I admire the willingness to throw out the instant death spells.
I love it. Poogle loves it too. Poogle's gonna go ahead and she's gonna use the lightning stick.
She buying time to try to kill him with an X-Fur.
Another X-Fur shot. No good. 6 hits from the Master. No good. Chaos is annoyed now. He blasts the Red Wizard. He's got the Red Wizard on a knee. Blizzard from Chaos.
And there it is. 599 on 6 hits. Chaos is down. Rainbow Poogle completes things with an SRL time of about 2:05:47.
Check, get out your GGs. This girl really fought. That's a great time in entrance shuffle. She goes ahead and finishes off Chaos. She finishes in 4th place here. We'll see if we can get her an invitation to join me and Nitz in the booth.
Yeah, I think we're going to turn things loose on Black Knight. He's still got a little too much game to go, I think, for us to stick around for the entire thing. But I encourage you, if you are interested, to find him in his channel, excuse me, and continue the encouragement there. I know that's what Will said he was going to do. I'm going to hold him to that. And so we're going to try to get Poogle in for a brief interview before we end our show tonight.
That's correct. We'll have a little bit of wrap-up and things here. Whoa!
And there she is. That was fast. Poogle, GG tonight. Good job finishing. And what do you think of that seed?
Honestly, it wasn't horrible. It really wasn't that bad.
Yeah, you were forced to be reckoned with throwing out the instant death magic left, right, and center. I know you managed to take out Tiamat 1 with Bane. Does that feel good?
That just made me very, very happy. That normally doesn't work the first go. No, that normally doesn't work the first go around. So I'm like, you know what? The Red Mage is sitting here kind of doing nothing. I might as well go for the shenanigans.
That's correct. We'll have a little bit of wrap-up and things here. Whoa!
And there she is. That was fast. Poogle, GG tonight. Good job finishing. And what do you think of that seed?
Spent more time than I should doing things that I shouldn't have.
You might have a bit of a
Yeah,
feedback
you
loop.
were forced to be reckoned with, throwing out the instant death magic left, right, and center. I know you managed to
sorry.
take out Tiamat 1 with Bane.
I didn't think
Does that
about
feel
it.
good?
That should fix it.
Yeah, alrighty. So, 205 passed some stiff competition. Did you make any mistakes you know you made you wouldn't do again, or how'd you feel about that, about the way you routed it?
I tried to bracken the Kraken way too early, so that was something I shouldn't have spent 10 minutes doing. I kept trying to dive things.
You might
from
have a bit of a
levels,
feedback
which
loop. Can you
is normally my problem, so I
cut any of
didn't
your
spend
audio
a
there?
lot
I
of
think it was
time, again, doing things that I really shouldn't have done. So that's something I'm probably going to try to avoid next time.
Alrighty, you joined the community right around the time that we started doing these alpha builds, these guinea piggings. I believe you actually coined the term. So you pretty much cut your teeth in a entrance rando and floor rando world. So once again, a good show. Do you feel like this is just Final Fantasy Randomizer to you?
I mean, kind of. I learned basically the rando doing the stuff with you guys, doing the guinea pigging kind of when Floor Shuffle just started happening. So that's honestly how I learned the layouts of most of the floors. I didn't learn them as a cohesive actual dungeon, I just learned each floor's layout. So take that as you will.
And also joining us now is Minochi for a little bit of last-minute wrap-up. So, Minochi, good job. 1:54:58, under the 2-hour mark. I know you had some technical problems, so a pretty good finish. How much time do you figure you lost to your technical issues?
I lost around 10, 15 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, so you would have had a pretty competitive time otherwise. Anything about that seed speak out to you, or did it go pretty well? What do you think?
It was a rough start. I couldn't level up my black belt at all.
Yeah, we didn't talk too much about the 2 forced black belts. I mean, that's never ideal. How did that shape your party composition, having to work around that?
Once I find the tempered staff and the Cure 4 glove, that was, it's gonna be easy.
Wait, what? There was a Cure 4 glove?
Yes, the same place at the tempered staff. It's just next by each other.
We believe it was in Canaria for sale. Is that correct?
Oh no,
Or was it
was
Gaia?
in Marsh
Melmond?
Cave. Marsh Cave. No, not Marsh Cave. Metoya Cave on the which was Gaia. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I think it was for sale in
Son of
Gaia.
a gun, I completely missed that. And I bought the tempered staff too.
Yeah,
That would
They
have
were-
helped a lot.
they were next to each other. Once I found those, I was like, oh, the seat's gonna be free.
I even wrote the tempered staff down, but I apparently missed the Cure 4 gauntlet completely.
I
Dang.
think you mistaken them for a Cure gauntlet, maybe.
That's probably it, yeah.
Minochi, Poogle, congratulations to both of you. I'd like to ask Poogle, 2 hours and 5 minutes. That's pretty good for entrance shuffle. Is that your personal best?
No, my personal best was last night with a 500% seat at 2 hours.
Awesome.
That's right. Rainbow
So,
Poogle, first
2
place
hours?
last
Oh
night.
gosh, no. That was a silly seed. But no, my average is roughly around 2 hours. Then you've got everyone else who is doing this, whose average is what, around maybe half an hour or less than that, if that.
A half an hour more over here. But I'm usually around 2.5 hours. But
No, I'm saying Brilliant, Minochi, Edge. Like, all the people who actually know what they're doing. Because believe me, I certainly don't.
All right. Well, I don't want to overstay our welcome. This has been a great race. I enjoyed calling it, and I enjoyed working with Will in the booth, and I hope everyone enjoyed watching. Let's walk it down for some final thoughts. First of all, Brilliant is still in the chat. Let's see if he's still here. Any last words, Brilliant? I'm guessing he's stepped out. Minochi, any last final thoughts?
I have fun like doing this mode. It's a great mode. Just a bit troublesome when you start, but otherwise it's great afterwards.
Yeah, it can be tricky off the start. Poogle.
Vampires are still awful. Though
Indeed.
the vampire having the rod block in the rod was kind of funny.
And you got to have your revenge against everybody tonight. You made them all you made them all bow at the end. Will.
We're 1 week into the Final Fantasy 2018 Final Fantasy Randomizer 2018 Spring Tournament. It's been awesome so far. It continues tomorrow. We got 3 matches. Then we're going to move on to the second round of the Swiss tournament. Stay tuned for that. What we saw tonight, my opinion, the future of Final Fantasy Randomizer, and it is awesome. You hear it from the players, you hear it from the edges, you hear it from Minochi just now. It's an absolute blast. Anyone interested, stop by our Discord, get in there, ask your questions, check out FinalFantasyRandomizer.com, where we can possibly get you some alpha seeds if that interests anybody. Anything you want to do with Final Fantasy, we're your source over in our Discord. And it's a real pleasure to work with you finally in the booth. I've been anticipating this day for a long time. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Will. I had a great time calling this one. It was a pretty good race, a very close finish in the end, Brilliant only nudging out Edge by a couple minutes. Thanks to Speed Gaming for hosting us this evening on such short notice. This came out of nowhere. We all just kind of came together and put it on. Sardia in chat, banging down the doors, keeping the hype up, making sure everyone's got the links to everything. Being a tournament administrator, league administrator, one of several, of course. They do a great job keeping everything running smoothly, and basically the nexus that kind of glues this community together. So thanks to those guys. And, well, I guess that just does it. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. If you like it, you want to join us and play, you can do that. If you just want to watch and get in on the fun that way, of course, Speed Gaming is the place to do it. Tons more FFR races coming up throughout the rest of the tournament on SG, SG1, SG2, SG3, SG4, and I look forward to it. So for tonight, good night, and we'll see you all next time.
Team Steak.
Oh boy, that was a seed. To everyone who has been lurking in my chat, which apparently is a few of you, I don't normally have chat up for this, but I'm seeing on my OBS all of the lovely emotes now that I've pulled OBS back up to turn my stream off. I'm seeing all of the lovely, lovely emotes that you all have put in my chat. You're all amazing, and I love you. And thank you for watching this shenanigan seed. Go give love to everyone else. Brilliant and Insane, Edgeworth, oh gosh, Minochi, Wilcleosis, Nits. Seriously, go Black Knight as well. Gosh, who else do I need to remember? Go give them all love as well, because they're all really awesome people. But I'm gonna sign off here because it's 1 in the morning. It's 1 in the morning. Oh my god, it's 1 in the morning. I have work to do. Night, everybody. Hope you enjoyed.
The people are getting their dose of Black Knight right now on Speed Gaming.
It doesn't seem that audio is on speed gaming at least.
Which, the audio is probably on the wrong stream. I think that would have been up to tier next to control. You might still be able to log into the tracker and switch it over. Let's see if I can do that.
You got it? Okay.
We'll find out.
We are live on speed gaming.
Yeah, we're live, guys. So let's. Greetings, all. Apparently, we're keeping the Black Knight here. I mean, should I hop back into the SG chat here, or
Black
Okay, so I
Knight
think what's
still
happening
fighting.
is we got feedback from Black Knight here in the FFR Discord. Well, we are back on Speed Gaming. It's coming up on his audio. Apparently, we are going to stay with Black Knight throughout. You guys are commentating. The duration. I will step up and take over on Speed Gaming.
I'll help. Hey, if you want me to do something, I'll do it.
All right. Well, let's pop back in there, Will.
Okay.
And you can feel free to join us as well, Nitz.
All right, fans. Anyone out there? Our tracker's off. Our show has basically come to an end. I'm Will Cleosis. I'm joined by Czar. We somehow have the audio linked in through Black Knight, and we're gonna finish this. We're gonna stick with this at least for a while, certainly. So I'd like to thank Czar for joining me. Czar, can you hear me?
Yes, I've got you. I'm trying to eliminate our echo. Right now, the only way to do that is going to be to get a hold of Black Knight. Please stand by.
No, Czar, if he drops out of Discord voice, we won't be able to... Yeah, we will be able to talk because we're in this SG room. Good call.
Okay, I've moved him. We should have an eliminated echo shortly.
We're live, Czar. Once again, Will Cleosis here, earlier on the call with Nitz. Certainly an honor. We had a wonderful time in the entrance and floor shuffle randomizer showcase and exhibition. I'm joined by our leader, co-commissioner of the Final Fantasy randomizer community. This man does a lot of work. He makes a whole lot of things happen. Zardia.
Yes, I'm awaiting word on Cyclone or Fiesel on our restream. We know that our restreamers here at Speed Gaming work tirelessly and there are times that I understand they must go AFK. So again, we appreciate them giving this time slot, and we're going to keep it right here with Black Knight, as he appears to be diving the volcano now, going into the armory. And we appreciate all of you viewers staying here with us, hanging out as we are doing the late night shift tonight on Speed Gaming.
Black Knight finds the armory of the volcano. He's got 2 orbs lit. He's not giving up. He just found the chime. The unfortunate thing, we know Black Knight probably doesn't know that chime leads to get into the Mirage Tower, and it's just a dead end. So, progression, yes, great, more options, that'd be awesome. But now the bottle. Black Knight moving forward, 2 strong progression items. Like we said, the chime, it's not going to help him very much, unfortunately. But moving forward, step by step, Black Knight is making progress in the seed with the 2 orbs are.
That he is. He's moving along at a swifter pace than he was. I think this was the start that we all anticipated to see from him, but obviously didn't, because he forgot the floater was attached to the king. So he's definitely getting a lot of experience in this run. If you want to experience, you want to learn quickly, entrance shuffle is the way to go.
Off stream, we still got I Am the Shorts. He's battling right now. He's still playing this game too. This match continues.
Yes, and we have the link here in chat for those who want to observe our remaining runners right now. We have Black Knight on stream currently. Our tracker is currently AFK, as is our restream, and we are treated to Mr. Black Knight, who was looking to get some experience under his belt and is currently doing so.
Yeah, and good for him. Speaking of tracking, Tyrannex, great job. Short notice, Tyrannex comes in, great attitude, big smile on his face, loves Final Fantasy, fits right in with our community. And he got started by coming here to the Discord, just kind of poking around, asked a couple questions, and he just found the community so welcoming to him. We had a conversation about this. He enjoyed it so much. Now he's working with us. He's really helping us put on these shows. He's playing with it. He's 1-0 in the tournaments are. He could be one to watch for. Tyrannex, thank you very much.
We've got so many to watch for right now in this tournament. Everyone is, anyone that's put in the time is proving it in this round, and they have performed extremely well. We've had upsets. The second round is shaping up to be a very entertaining round.
That's right. And Czar, being our leader, any information that we can release to the fans here that have stuck with us in Black Knight on Speed Gaming? Is it Wednesday about the reveal for the matchups for the second week of the Swiss?
Yes, we will have another reveal show for each round of the tournament, including the Swiss second round, and thereafter we'll probably be looking at a shard hunt race. That's still subject to change, however, depending on what runners we get. But for every round within the Swiss round, we're going to have a reveal show in which an exhibition like this will take place.
Exciting news. It's an exciting time of year for Final Fantasy Randomizer. The spring tournament has been crazy. Czar's noted the upsets. We've had crazy finishes. We had a 3-second finish. I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before. We've had upsets. Good players doing strange things, different strategies, diverging routes, diverging party selections, big moves, small subtle moves, all coming out. It's going to be right here. We restream almost every match. A lot of that's taking place here on Speed Gaming. It's also taking place on our other broadcast partner, Randomania, and their family of networks.
We have a question in chat about the entrance shuffler not active on beta. No, this is alpha. Entrance Shuffle remains in alpha stages. Beta is currently one of the stable versions. And for access to the alpha for testing, come on into our Discord, and you can ask our devs. They'll direct you to our channel, and you can help us test this out. You know, we're looking for as many testers as we can get.
And, you know, to go back to what I just said a minute ago, and I certainly talked a little bit about during the streams I talked about this Final Fantasy Randomizer community. I mean it. This community, unbelievable. And I got a pretty good example of it right now. Brilliant and Insane. Pretty good friend of mine. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the company of Brilliant. He won this match tonight. He played clean, smooth game of Entrance Shuffle Randomizer. And what's happening right now, Brilliant, he's in the chat helping the fans of Final Fantasy Randomizer here on Speed Gaming, giving them directions. This is the type of community that we are. Classy move, Brilliant. I knew you were a good friend of mine, and this just shows it right here. This is Final Fantasy Randomizer and our community. He won this race. Hats off to you, Brilliant.
Yeah, very smooth run by him today. That's kind of been the theme for today. We've had two extremely smooth runs by two of our more experienced runners, putting on a showcase and putting all of the entrants on notice that, hey, you need to prepare and be ready for the highest competition level you can get. So Black Knight is running into some rock golems here, and they are hitting really hard. His fighter is down. He could be in trouble right now.
We're trying to get a hold of the tracker here so that we can stick with Black Knight and show his 2 orbs lit, but it looks like we're having a little bit of trouble getting that going. So our apologies to the fans here on Speed Gaming, but we're going to keep you updated. As Black Knight moves on, he finds Matoya, turns in his crystal. He got that earlier, picks up the herb. Now, the question is, does he know what Elfland Castle is? His notes has got to be all over the place with all the notes that he's been taking and tracking. And he jumps in the airship and makes a beeline for it. He's going to head to Earth Cave. That's actually the town of Elfland. Here in the entrance shuffle, the towns are shuffled in this case. And it looks like where Black Knight really needs to go is, and he's consulting his notes right now, where he needs to go is... Sarda's Cave. He's in the right area. There's a fork in Sarda's Cave. The Sea Shrine fork. He needs to go to the right. He's digging through his notes, Czar. He's still fighting.
They are. I think our off-stream runner as well is determined, as they appear to be pressing forward. I believe they have 2 orbs lit currently.
I'm getting word from Black Knight and SRL Czar that he's getting a little bit tired. We'll see if he... Whoa, there he goes. He's going to start moving again. That's understandable, Czar. I mean, it's got to be tiring. You're only your second time playing this. It came out of nowhere. You got to respect him diving in, taking a good shot at this. I can't blame him at all for getting tired. Question from Donnie in chat. Yes, we do have one. One of our developers, Meridian BC, wonderful man as well, works tirelessly here in Final Fantasy Randomizer. He has developed a tracker. It's a full drop-down. It's got colors, places that you can color, pop-up pictures, all that other sort of fun stuff as well. Place where you can type in, perhaps, where there's a fork, where there's a fiend, what fiend it is. But he wants to polish it up a little bit more. We've discussed making that available to the public. I'm not sure exactly what it is that we're going to do, but that is Meridian BC. Go ahead and give him a follow, will you? Meridian BC does a lot with Final Fantasy Randomizer. He streams it. He does incredible work, but it's up to him. He created it. I don't think you'll have a problem with certainly releasing it into the public someday, but that should be an option in the future.
I'm attempting to get a hold of some more Speed Gaming staff here. We're going to, as I said, remain with Black Knight here for as long as we possibly can. And then we'll hopefully be giving you the host to any remaining runners. Again, thank you for everyone sticking it out here with Speed Gaming. This is a bit unexpected as we were scheduled to cut about 10 minutes ago. And we are kind of running on Plan B right now, which fortunately I always prepare for.
That's right. Proud to be here. Happy. We're really happy that Speed Gaming will have us. Great opportunity to get our game, our community out into the public on a nice platform. And any opportunity, certainly, that I see, and Zara obviously as well, we're going to take that time and present this to you. And in this case, in an exhibition format, in an alpha format. Remember this, we're still working on this right here. This is in alpha. We're not even in beta at this point in time. Speaking of which, one of our new features right now, Black Knight, I don't even know if you saw this coming. We have different options for Warmech. You can have Warmech wandering around as an NPC. In this case, we made Warmech required. So, you gotta fight him in order to beat the game. You have to fight Warmech and go through him to get the tie-in-it. 4 hits for 11 damage from Black Knight, not much. Black Knight sabering up his red mage.
And look at this, we're getting spoiled by the Warmech here after hours. It's amazing what happens in Final Fantasy after hours. I know that a lot of our testers are real night owls who like to run extremely late, so if you're up late and looking for Final Fantasy, you can find it here.
Warmech firing out Lightning 2 into Black Knight. He's got one of his black belts down to a knee, and his fighter's hurting. Cure 4 Gauntlet, savvy move from Black Knight. Heals the black belt that was hurting, but he lost his fighter. Warmech took him out. How is Black Knight going to attack? He's going through his spells. He's going to go with a guaranteed damage of Ice 3 against Warmech. 3 hits, 175, but oh, Warmech fires back. Down goes Ryu. He's lost another black belt. Black Knight tempers his black belt again. He's going to attack. Warmech's got the red mage down. The red mage hits with a critical hit from the Masmode. Down goes Warmech. He just got a ton of experience and levels. Congratulations, Black Knight. But what is he going to do? Is he going to go on to Tiamat? Is he going to heal? Is he going to use Warp and X? Yes, he is. Black Knight really showing me something here. Again, newer to the community. Didn't know this race was coming. Sticking it out. Takes out Warmech. Goes outside, heals. He's going to look to resurrect his players, move on, and take out Tiamat. He knew something had to be at Castle Ordeals. He got a lot of levels off that fight, Tuzar. He's going to leave. He's going to go, and revive his Light Warriors and maybe come back here another day, maybe assess his situation a little bit. We're going to try to see his menu screen. Try to see if he's got the Mystic Key in the loot at this point.
That was a clutch Warmech there. He was rewarded with a ton of experience thereafter. He's going to be continuing on here.
Tristan Kane, thank you for joining us in chat, talking about the evilness of what we did to our runners tonight. Our runners actually made this set. They went off into a little bit of a corner. They chit-chatted, and essentially, Zar, what direction did you give them? Was the term shenanigans used?
I would definitely use the term shenanigans. We had quite a bit of them, not only in the seed earlier today, which were mostly good shenanigans. We saw them in this seed as well, with some diverse NPC routing. Brilliant put together the puzzle very quickly and was able to post this great time here.
Smooth run. That run would have beaten a lot of Swiss flags, Zar. With entrance shuffle involved, ooh. Very, very well done. Black Knight goes in, he lands his airship, he doesn't immediately save. He immediately gets attacked by Ankleos, which notoriously hit hard. Now he's gonna menu and save. There you go, Black Knight. Yes, Tristan, it's an option. It's an option. Again, this is an alpha. We have different options for Warmech. We've got a Warmech mode coming called Agro Warmech. I can tell you this, I work a lot with the development team, I work a lot in playtesting, I'm obviously very active in the community. I don't even know what that means. So, maybe Zar has some knowledge, I don't know, but whatever it is, it's going to be awesome.
sorry, I missed your question there. I'm in contact with SG admin currently.
Oh, that's all good, sir. We're good. We're just sticking with Black Knight here. He's gonna go on. He's gonna take a. It looks like he's gonna take a Tiamat for potentially his third orb. I'm trying to see his menu screen. Brilliant. If you can see his menu screen in chat, Brilliant, the champion of tonight's race. Congratulations again. You could let us know. That'd be great. Cure 4 Gauntlet. Black Knight does have it. He's got the Aegis Shield. He is not promoted at this point in time. Temper Staff to Ken, the Black Belt. He selected Bane. Black Knight fires Bane at Tiamat, ineffective. Round 2. More tempering of Black Knight's Light Warriors. Is he gonna fire another Bane? He is not. He's going for the guaranteed damage. Lightning 3 fires out from the Red Mage. Not much. Slow scratching at Tiamat. Tiamat blasts the Black Belt of Black Knight, the Dark Horse in this race. 6 hits. Black Knight doing damage now. He's progressing a little bit better than he did on Warmback, but 2 hits of 2 damage should give Black Knight a reason to try to fire off an instant kill spell. Fire the Bane. Instead, he goes defensively. Fog used on his fighter. Tiamat gets through the fog for 120 on that fighter. Fighter just isn't doing enough damage. Black Knight's damage dealer hits for a little bit. That's Ken. The fighter 4 hits, 125 damage. Buffing up his attacks some more. Black Knight using Saber on his Red Mage. Another Temper Staff to his main damage dealing Black Belt. Is it time to attack yet, Black Knight? Big hit from Tiamat on the fighter. The fighter fires right back with 4 hits. Terminates Chaos. Another orb is lit. 3rd orb down for Black Knight. He's got 1 to go. Question from Donnie about what weapon Black Knight might be using. I believe it's the Masma. It looks like it. I can only really tell by the animation without seeing his weapon screen at this point. Herb, Tail, Floater, Loot, Chime. Loot, Herb, Floater, Chime, Tail, Oxyale. Black Knight does not have the Mystic Key. He's got half of the equation. He's got the loot.
Alright, so again, I'm going to drop the link for our people in chat. We are going to be cutting here at Speed Gaming. Again, I'd like to thank Speed Gaming and their crew for hosting us. We're going to have more FFR action on deck tomorrow. Please check our Discord for all the latest on that. And oh wait, maybe not. I'm getting word from admin here. We're winging it here, everyone, so please stay with us.
Looks like Black Knight might be throwing in the towel, Czar. And I honestly, well, maybe not. Either way, I can't blame him. At all. Great showing. No, he's gonna continue to fight. No, he's not. Czar Black Knight's, well... let's just see how this plays out.
Alright, yeah, we can cut it here, Will. Let's pop out.